Alrighty.
Can you guys hear me?
We're live. Yep, sure
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. So you guys are currently still outside the armory, not necessarily as close up as we have listed. Who would like to do the recap for last week?
Okay, so last week we woke up from our rest, explored a bit, found a office with a cool cigar box that you can turn spell scrolls into cigars that then cast the spell when lit. We also found a little ornamental octopus statue that turned out to be partially a key to a magic mirror that transports you to a room where you're not supposed to take the gold coin from the chest. Unfortunately, our little kleptomaniac kobold friend Kibble decided to take that and nearly drowned and then disappeared. And Navara had to make an additional amendment to her contract with Levistus in order to get Kibble to come back, and he didn't have any of his gear with him, so we had to resupply him a bit. Then we went forward, found the armory. Oh, after fighting some undead, some wights and I believe specters.
Mm-hmm. Or shades, shadows.
Shades, shadows. Anyway, they died again. And moving forward, we found the armory, found that there were things living in the armory, went further into the armory, and found some basilisks and something or other on the throne. We're not quite sure what yet. We made some strategy, and that's where we left off.
Alrighty. So you guys are just a bit outside the armory at the moment. Just to kind of quickly recap, that hall opened up into that 30-foot span there at the entrance and into that larger 50 by 50 room. We saw that in the back of the room there were gray shapes huddled in the corners, though it was hard to tell if they were one creature or another stacked on, or multiple stacked on top of each other. Again, along the far wall is that stone throne. On it sits a wasted corpse of something human size. And as you guys are further back and discussing plans, you hear kind of echo down the hallway. Come forward. Speak.
So, should we send the charisma or should we send Draho?
The charisma.
I think Draho would be more entertaining. You want to lure everyone into one area. Nothing will get people to charge like Draho.
Draw is very, insulting to most people.
I'll come forward when you tell me your name.
I see the merit of this argument, despite not wanting to validate it.
And the echo replies, I am the prophet of the dead.
Ooh.
All right, I will cautiously approach.
Okay. Welcome, intruder. Your friends are welcome to come forward as well. I already have one of your friends here.
Oh, and who's that?
He kind of waves his hand, and you hear this stone-on-stone grinding sound. The ceiling slowly opens up over that runic blood and splattered area there in the middle. And from that space that opens, a rope drops down. And the prophet stands up. Where did that elf go? And at this point, Misake, if you want to introduce how you're coming in.
So, with that, Misaki slides down the rope, hanging on with one hand. You see a figure in strange garb and armor with a white motifed mask look at you as you enter in, and then looks over at the prophet, points a polearm at it, and drops a spell, and then lunges at the prophet.
And there we are. Everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
I had a great plan.
I do have an idea, though. Look at the bright side. It may not have been Draho, but an elf did in fact start shit. It's in the blood.
Ark has a 15 initiative.
I mean, I guess.
Also, more pole arms. I kind of like this. We can make a triangular. We can make a triangular front line.
Get everyone a shield and just put them in front of Drawho.
You can't use a shield with a pole arm.
You can.
And 2. You can use a shield with a
16
spear.
for my initiative.
That is a technicality.
Which is the
No,
best
it's
kind
not.
of correct.
And
Fair,
Misaki,
fair.
for initiative, if you open your character sheet on the main page, kind of direct in the middle, it's going to have init with that plus. Double click on the little D20 looking icon, that'll throw it for you.
Or drag it over to the chat screen and throw it there yourself. But if you bounce out of the chat screen, it will not roll. And you'll look like an idiot.
Speaking from experience, Drawho.
Every time I
is.
try and throw dice, I throw them off that board somehow. It's like, what is it? Like a freaking
Kedro,
6-inch gap and I miss?
Kedro, do you want that spell to go off before the initiative roll as a surprise action?
Yep.
Okay.
And then with that, you did roll top, so you get to make that lunge first.
Okay, so casting Fireball.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's there you go.
Steven, he's taking your role at this point.
I think you could. I mean, you could get the profit in at least 2 of the basilisks.
Where would you like to land at?
The spell, where am I going to land at?
Well, you landed there kind of in the middle, so you can
got it.
move if you want, and then cast or cast, move, whichever.
I would, yeah, I was going to say, I was figured I'd be casting as I was, before I dropped down, but that's fine.
Superhero landing.
Yeah. So how do I
Superhero
roll for
landing,
the
he's gonna
spell?
do the superhero landing.
So in your PC sheet, under the actions, you'll just have to drag down almost all the way. 3rd level spells, Fireball, and then there is a damage button.
Button.
Beautiful. So 30
Sweet
seconds.
crackers.
Where do you want to center that at?
So yeah, it's a 20-foot sphere. I should at least try to grab some of the basilisks with him. So let's see, 1, 2.
Yeah, you could get feasibly either side, though I would suggest backing up, tossing it, and then moving forward.
Or, like, continue.
Well, that's why I was trying to drop it before I dropped off the rope.
Oh,
Initiative
sure.
combat.
That'll
Yeah.
work fine. Do you want the right side or the left side then?
Let's hit the left side.
Left side? All right. So that's going to be 3
You
and
tip
4.
back up so we can make a choke point.
Kedro, what are these things in the corner and on the sides of the walls?
Oh,
Statues.
the statues.
Just statues, okay.
They are statues with green mohawks.
Profit fails.
I believe that's called a plume.
One
You're
called a
basilisk will
bloom.
save, the other one will not.
Good
So
one.
we had 37. That's going to go on Basilisk 4.
Yeah, first thing we got to do is count how many. Okay, I only see number 4 is the highest.
I mean, he said there were 6 total
Did
This
he?
is true. Yeah, he did.
before, but that might have just been for the door.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like this.
So as the fireball hits, you see the skin on the 3, including the Prophet and the 2 basilisks on the left. It kind of sloughs off, and what you end up seeing is a skeleton just underneath that has flaming blue eyes.
God
Ooh.
damn it,
Oh.
Purvis.
Cool. They're undead basilisks.
Yep.
But if they're skeletons, that means I'm going to have a very good time.
All right. So with your surprise action out of the way, go ahead and make your move and your glaive attack.
Boom! Hi, guys. Ah.
Yeah. So the glaive attack is I'll just move up and drop the dice.
Yep. So move up. then have your character clicked, so you'll left click once on it. Press the control button down and left click on whichever thing that you're attempting to attack from. That'll put a line between you and it that tells you distance, but when you go into your action bar page on your character, it will then allow you to use the die roller there and the damage output, and it'll automatically calculate success or failure.
So you say control and what?
So left click once on your character, then control and left click on the enemy. Yep, just like that.
Okay, so I only have to really move up to close.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I should have 10-foot reach with the glaive.
Yep. And
then
functionally, you can be sitting at the 15-foot mark. I'm not sure why it's giving it an extra 5 feet on the Prophet. It's probably due to the fact that he's between two squares.
Got it. And then just grab the dice next to the weapon off my character sheet.
Yep, either grab or double click. All right, that'll hit.
And then damage, I just click in the damage.
Yep, same
box.
sort of thing. Beautiful, so 10 more to the Prophet. After that fireball goes off, Misaki jumps, lunging forward, striking into the Prophet. As you do, you hear this kind of dull thud of your metal on some form of kind of bonish carapace underneath the flesh that is still left there.
Oh, wonderful.
Just out of curiosity, what type of cleric and paladin do we have?
You haven't been here.
So we'll find out later.
Yeah. What kind of elf is this? I should be able to identify an elf that fell out of the ceiling.
Seems potentially like a high elf, but you're in.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Got to figure out their lineage.
Yep.
Draho, roll for profiling.
If there's one thing Draho can do, it's racially profile.
It is that. That's definitely like one of the key factors of all your characters, Stephen.
Okay. That'll bring us to the Prophet. So the 6 down in the corridor, go ahead and make me dexterity saves.
That's why we have plans.
Did you say dexterity save?
Yep.
Well, that's my bread and butter, so okay.
Well, now you're going to fail.
Yeah, don't get cocky.
I like getting cocky, and that's a 19, so in your face, motherfuckers.
Language.
I got a 6, so I'm pretty sure I get hit.
18.
Okay.
So what do I take?
Let's check on Kibble. Kibble does succeed. Kai and Naivara?
Navarro got a 21.
Yep, I see that.
Levistance wants that money.
Kai?
I mean, he's got to fund his devil army somehow.
Okay, what am I doing
Oh, it's the
again?
wrong guy. Or
Dex save.
Saving
You guys
throw.
see
I
a
don't wanna do
fireball
that.
coming at you.
I don't want to do that.
I mean, you could willfully fail.
Flex.
Right.
This is true.
So, only Draho failed. So 27 points to Draho, half that for everyone else.
27.
You said 27?
Correct.
So what would that be, 13 or 14?
13.
Okay.
Which,
And then I take half of that.
yep.
You don't have do you have an aura thingy yet that helps us with that? Yep.
Not yet.
Okay.
Wait, Kibble's dying already?
He was at 23 hit points down when we started and just took another 13.
Jadro, you are not disproving my conspiracy theory.
Good times.
I think this is just a regular theory.
So that'll bring us to Kai.
I think Kadra has something against the kleptomaniac.
Kai, is your mic on?
It is now.
Yay!
I'm just gonna make a sign and hold it up. Kai, Mike? Question mark.
But everybody's so far away.
They're so far away.
It's a good thing before the
They
combat.
run up here.
Well, it's a good thing that before the combat started, because I was trying to get this plan together, I handed you about 5 javelins.
Could
Javelins
also do
help.
the big thing, which is dash, do 60 feet, and then stand your ground.
Yeah.
Or we can all come back into this nice, cozy little hallway where everyone's all clumped up.
Nah, it's too late.
That
The elves are
even-
engaged.
Even attempt to make
But
sense
you just
to
met
Kai.
her.
Why would we not kill the bad guy? Kill the bad guy. Come on
It's not
now.
about
Be a barbarian, damn
where
it.
we're killing them.
That's what I was going to say. You're the barbarian. Get barbarian.
I'm also a
So-
warrior in my tribe.
Yeah, well,
No,
your
I was
tribe's
looking.
apparently full of pussies.
Because I want to cast, I think, Moonbeam.
How'd that fireball feel, Draho?
It hurt.
Yeah, you
Hurt
deserve
on
it.
all levels. Emotionally,
On
physically, spiritually.
Mentally.
And you now should have Moonbeam on your character sheet.
That in
Wait,
my
can we just ask for
abilities
spells
tab
and you give
somewhere.
them to us?
Only if your character actually has them.
Oh.
It's actually not a bad spell, to be honest.
And how do I make that a thing?
So, within your character, under the actions, scroll down to your second level spells, which is the only one that you've got there. The little red orb will tell you specifically what the spell does. So in this particular case, a silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Until the spell ends, dim light fills the cylinder. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on their turn, or starts their turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain and must make a Constitution saving throw. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, half as much on a successful one. Shape changers take a bit more. On each of your turns, you can cast the spell and use an action to move the moonbeam up to 60 feet in any direction. So, effectively with that, where do you want to place the moonbeam?
I'll probably start with. Let's see. He went left side for the basilisk, right?
Correct.
5-foot radius.
Yep, so fills 1 square.
And I can't put him between squares so I can hit 2 people?
You can, but I'm going to roll that it does half damage.
Oh. I'll probably put it on Basilisk 3.
Alrighty, sounds good. Since I don't have tokens set up correctly as of yet, I'm going to drop a card, and we're going to just set it right underneath the basilisk so we know he's been carded.
That's one way to do it.
All
Nice
right.
roll, please.
So functionally at the start of his turn, remind me that you have Moonbeam there, and at that point he'll take set damage.
Roger that.
Okay. Anything else? Bonus action, etc.
Not at the moment.
All right. So that will bring us to Draho.
Okay. So we're going to shoot at the prophet.
Okay.
We're going to sharpshoot, because why not? Since not using it. 18, does that hit?
Sure does.
All right, let me roll the damage.
Turns out a corpse in robes is difficult to hit.
So did that actually roll damage?
It did not.
Okay, let me try again. There we go.
There we go. So
23.
You see the prophet slump into the chair, and as your arrow hits, you hear a crack in kind of that carapace in the front. It then stands back up, and you can see kind of this shimmering blue gem in its central chest region.
Okay, it's still standing?
It is.
Well, can I aim for the blue gem?
You sure can.
Okay, does that subtract my targeting any more than it already does for sharpshooting? Or should I do this regular for accuracy sake?
That is up to you.
Well, I want to know if I'm adding any more penalties to my...
It doesn't add penalties, but it has its own specific AC.
You know what? We can't risk this, so I'll just shoot regularly.
Okay.
Whoop, that was not supposed to roll twice. I don't know why it did.
That's okay. Try it again.
Yeah.
When did Raho become a coward?
Hey, why does it keep doing advantage?
Because it is
He's a
technically
nobleman who's always been a
unconscious.
coward.
Just a second.
Oh.
We're going to delete that. All right. Now you should
Like,
be
it
good to
keeps
go.
rolling advantage, and I don't have advantage clicked. Let's try again. Ooh, if I was a champion.
All right. That does hit.
Oh,
Nice.
I started the thing. And it never leave.
So that hits. Yeah, let's see what damage I do.
All of it.
That's 13 because it's not a sharpshoot.
Okay.
All right. You see your arrow fly off into it, hit that sapphire gem that's sitting there, and you see a chunk of it break off and fall to the ground.
Okay, does he continue standing?
He does.
Okay. Damn. Is it too late to add a spell effect?
Hey,
Technically, because you've already done damage on it.
Yeah, I figured. I didn't want to waste it if I managed to do the job.
All right.
So
Anything
that's
else?
2 shots. It's still standing. It ain't dead yet.
Correct.
I'm gonna action surge and take 2 more shots at that gem.
All right.
I'm gonna get it out of our way so we can focus Basilisk. So
This is
just take
opposite of my plan.
just take another regular shot because no sense risking it.
Okay.
Yep, it's doing advantage again.
All right. Try again.
Yeah, I'm rolling good, but I don't need to.
That will
You're
hit.
making up for last week.
That does another. All right, 13 max damage again.
Nice. And you see another chunk of that crystal break off, maybe about a third of it this time, and fall to the ground.
And he's still standing.
He is.
Okay, 1 more. Ah, man, you're within boom range, so I can't do that.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a good way to introduce myself to the new character.
I was gonna say you don't know me from Harry, so
You've never
gotta
been
do.
concerned about making a good impression before. Don't
But this
start
is
now.
a- this is a
man,
high
don't
elf.
start now, man.
They might belong to a noble family that I want to stay good with. So I
When
can't
you
start off the
interview
interaction.
with anybody, man.
Well, because this is real humans. This isn't, subspecies of being. This is proper noble high elves. Gotta treat them
Fair
with respect.
enough.
I'm gonna fireball you in your sleep. Just so you know.
I know, right?
Wake them up first. Let them see it coming.
Okay, 15. Did I hit it?
Not with that.
Oh, it's a good thing I've been sharpshooting then. So I missed the 4th one, but I did get all the shots in, so. Okay, that's it for my turn, action surge. So it's an action or a bonus action to do my second win.
Bonus action.
Well, then that's what I'm doing next.
All right.
That is a D10 plus 6.
Yep.
Plus your fighter level, in case you ever multi-class.
So 9 back. It's 9. Whoop, not 279. That's not what I took. Let me redo that.
Wait, you have 279 hit points? That's a lot, Steven.
No, I'd be down 279. We'd be rolling a new character, and y'all would have to deal with that bullshit. I mean, what was I? I had 27?
Correct.
Okay, and I just added 9 more to it. So 18 is what I should have. Okay, 18 taken.
All right, that should be your full action economy, correct?
Yes, that is everything I can do except move, which I can't physically get more behind the half elf, so I'm done.
Alrighty. That'll move us to Kibble's turn, who will roll a death save. We will update those. There we go.
Oh yeah, someone might want to help Kibble.
That is a failure on the death save with a 7. Moving to Fenrir.
All right. I would like to move up to right, like 2 diagonally from Kason. That's all right.
So there.
It hasn't loaded up on my screen for some reason yet. All right.
If you're using the stream, then it's a delay. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I have to wait. Sorry. Then I would like to. So it's the ones on the left or the right that have been shot at, basilisk wise.
Left.
Left are the ones we've been
Shooting.
trying to
Okay. I'd like to take a shot at that. I don't know which number it is. It's the one on the left that's closest to the prophet.
That's number 4 is the farthest top, and number 3 is the bottom one of the left.
All right, then I'd like to shoot at number 4.
Okay.
Yeah. That will be a 13.
13 will miss.
All right.
Well, try again.
Yep, I'll use All right, I'll use my Horde Breaker, and I'll attack number 3.
Okay.
Point of order,
Wait.
PM.
Yeah.
I believe I got a 15 on my initiative, and initiative order 14 is gone before me.
Yeah, and I got a 16.
That is odd. It placed both of you at 5 for some reason.
Ah.
Well, what I'm saying is that Draho with a 14 went first.
Yep, no problem. We'll resolve you two guys here first and then continue on.
No worries.
Sounds fair.
All right. That will be a 21 on number 3.
That will hit.
All right. That will be a D8.
Longbow, yes.
So that's 3 plus 3, so 6 damage on him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action for my extra attack.
Well,
And
your extra attack is just part of your attack action.
Mm-hmm.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and make another roll.
All right. That extra attack will be at that crystal in the prophet's chest.
Okay.
That's 15 on the crystal.
That will miss.
All right.
Good thing I wasn't sharpshooting.
And then that will be it.
All right. So that will move us to Ark. You said you had a 16, right?
15.
15.
Yeah.
Fenrir, what did you say you had?
16
Okay. I had
was
you
my
reversed.
initiative.
Okay.
Yeah. It should have gone Fenrir, me, Draco.
Well, from now on.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll throw. Hang on. Okay, using my very special barbarian speed. I'd like to rage,
Good plan.
and I will throw a javelin. Since I see Moonbeam is active on the one, I figure he'll be all ready.
Okay.
I will throw 2 javelins at Basilisk 4.
Y'all are just really holding out hope that that moonbeam does its job.
I mean, I see it. I don't want it to go to waste. So,
What does Moonbeam do?
we'll go over.
2d10 if you're lucky.
Okay. All right. So they don't, since they're ranged attacks, they don't benefit from reckless. So straight roll. That is going to be an 11, which is not going to hit.
No, it's not.
Second attack is even worse.
Okay.
Okay. And with that, I will draw the maul and avert my gaze.
All right. That'll bring us to Nivara.
Because I'm assuming even undead basilisks are going to make the
Seriously, I had like a 2. How am I going before everything else?
According to what it showed, where'd it go?
Turns out the basilisks all got zeros.
Yep, you had a total of a 4. They had a 3.
Oh,
Whoa!
okay.
Jeez.
Well, that's
shit.
surprising.
That's
then.
helpful.
So they're just like,
Well,
stop it!
I can't blow up the right side without hitting our new friend. So I will go ahead and fireball the left side.
Okay.
I mean, you could consider the fireball on the corner.
Let's see. I'm trying to see. Can I do it? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. No, I can't hit the Prophet 2 without potentially hitting Misaki. So yeah, we'll just fireball the corner.
This is why I wanted them in the hallway.
Alrighty. So what's the DC on that?
Should be 15.
Nice.
14 and 11, so you are good to go.
Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I tried to add it to my sheet, but I couldn't figure out how to set up the damage, so I'll do that later.
That's okay. That works.
Nice.
All
Is that the
right.
same as what the last fireball did?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
More 6s and 1-1.
So number 3 dies. Number 4 looks like it's fairly charred, but is still standing.
Looks like a cart to me.
All right.
And then let's see. 1, 2, 3,
That's not us.
4, 5. I'll move over there so there's less clumping for fireballs.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything
Hard of
else?
everyone to space out.
Nope, I don't have any bonus
Yes, I-
action stuff, so I'm good.
To associate the site to stay up front, my plan was no longer a thing.
Alright, we'll leave it there.
I can hear it approaching, but I can't see it.
That is true. All right, Basilisk 1 will go after Misaki.
Well, now you'll be okay with the fireball.
And we'll miss. Basilisk 2 will do the same. And hits with a 19. So, Misaki, you're going to take 17 points. And let's see if that poison. Yep, that is a poison attack. So go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw. Just what you needed.
Good to know.
All
What do you
right.
roll?
Basilisk 4 attacking Arc with a 21.
Yeah.
We'll do a base damage of 12, so half damage at 6, and go ahead and give me a DC 12.
Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use my inspiration. That's much better. Like 10 better. That's gonna be to
That
20.
works.
All right. So no poison for you. That'll bring us to the top of the round. Back to Misaki.
I'm not running at combat
And-
poisoned again.
So the damage that I just took, is it reflected on my character sheet or anymore? Or do I have to keep track of that on the sides?
It should have, but for some reason your character sheet is only showing 9 hit points. What is your max HP?
37.
That's what I thought. Could have swore I put that in there. All right.
For those watching at home, the program we're using updated today. That may be part of why we're having issues.
All right.
Oh, I'm so
So you are set to wound
We're always having
17. You are
issues.
good to go.
Okay.
Are we not?
The program is in
Damn it,
beta.
work, man.
Would I have gotten an attack of opportunity on that basilisk as it came up to me?
You sure would.
More polar masters, yes.
More pearl arm, yes. So can I get that out of the way first?
Yep.
We have something resembling an actual line now.
But not with that.
Not with that.
Against the
All right.
rock?
No, that was the
Oh,
attack of op when the basilisk came up to me.
I just noticed the number too.
Yeah. So I now have
slightly
triggers to
took
the
you by
side of me.
surprise.
Yeah. It moved fast.
Don't forget, you just got here.
Yeah. Do. Too many things to remember.
I guess that's working now. What's going on with this?
Okay. I guess I will attack. So I took the damage from number 1. Number 2 is right there.
Mhm.
I'm going to hit number 1.
Okay.
So you're going after number 1?
Yeah. Ugh.
14 will miss.
Okay.
You came in with such promise.
I did.
To be
I
fair,
spent it all. I spent it all. In the initial, and then I went, pa. Am I able to take a 5-foot step backwards?
Sure. And it looks like we lost.
oh wow, our reorientation's all over the place there.
Yeah, it is. That's because. No. Gonna have to do it the other way.
You want to go to the left? It seems. Of course, I'm seeing the delayed version, so.
So by the time you give the instructions, it's well past that point.
Like that?
Oh no, because now Fenrir's up in my position, I'm in his.
Yeah, we'll fix that.
That's fine. Leave it be.
Sorry, my thing timed out.
All right, we should be reset.
Guys, would it really be our show if there wasn't some technical difficulty?
I mean, it could be.
Well, one day.
Yeah, we don't have the budget for that.
Give it time.
You don't have a budget.
I was about to say, you guys got a budget?
That's my point.
Just our 2
You
cents.
can help us get a budget by liking and subscribing.
Oh,
Neither
don't
of which
you?
are available on Twitch. But if you join us on YouTube,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I appreciate having these games up on YouTube because it lets me go through them again at a later point in the week if I have free time and remember what the hell happened.
sure does.
You can see what you
There
did
you go.
wrong, and then do it again later.
Oh, no, I never do anything wrong.
So,
Exactly.
Misaki, what are you doing?
See, I was here.
Mm-hmm.
I can take a 5 foot and not in 5 foot away and not.
Not fifth edition. That would be an escape action.
Disengage action, and I took
No,
my action. So
Which would mean you couldn't attack or use action to cast a spell. You still use
Right.
bonus action to cast a spell if you have a bonus action spell.
say that again. It was muffled.
It's okay. You can use if you use your action to disengage, you can move away without being attacked by anything, but you then don't have your action to attack or cast spells. But if you have a spell that can be cast as a bonus action, you can still do that.
Or any other bonus action.
But yeah, having everyone run back into the hallway seems like a pretty good idea now, doesn't it?
No. I'm about to finish this guy off once my turn comes around again. Unless the other archer does it before me.
Or alternatively, instead of trying to run away, if you still want to use your action in a way that doesn't attack it casting a spell, you could dodge, which gives them disadvantage to attack you, and you get advantage on dexterity saving throws the next round.
But didn't he already attack?
I did attack, so
You had an attack of op, or did you do a second attack? You did a second attack.
The second attack.
He
yeah,
did his
it was
attack
not
of op
14.
and then
Gotcha.
attacked for his
Well,
turn.
as long
Yeah,
as you
so-
stay, as long as you stay within, as long as you stay adjacent to both of them, they won't have an attack of opportunity on you. So you could move down one like you did before, but that's like the extent of your maneuvering without.
right without taking ops.
Yep.
5th edition. It's simple, but it works.
Simple, he says.
Dude, compared to 3.5, this is milk babies.
All right.
I took a hiatus between 2nd and 5th.
You're lucky you missed 3.5. And kind of
So-
lucky you missed 4.
Any other action to that? Bonus action?
I missed with my attack. I can't think of anything else I can do.
If you
Alright.
have polearm mastery of the feet, you can use your bonus action to do the pommel strike.
That is true.
But don't I have to actually land the attack with the?
No, you just have to attack.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like my horde breaker. You just have to make an attack roll.
Yeah. I can't wait till next level when I can arc attacks.
I can't wait till I get
Well then,
I can curve the arrow.
We're gonna have to put a wanted caption under your picture.
It's just really cool because if I miss my target, I can use a bonus
Except
action
nobody
to
wants
attack
Draho.
another target.
except that one's not going to land.
All right. So that'll move us to the prophet.
Wanted in the fashion of wanted for murder.
Let's take a
You can't
quick
prove
peek
nothing.
at everybody's hit points.
Pretty sure that's an invasion of privacy.
Not at all. So,
Oh,
we are going to fire off a magic missile at Draho, since you are the one who keeps
Magic
tagging.
missile.
And we're gonna
Damn it.
upcast that by a level.
Of course you are. You know, magic missile can target more than one person.
It can. So that'll be 18 points to you.
it can, but it won't.
That's true.
So how about you update that? Because I screw up every time I try and update my wounds.
Not a problem. 18 plus 18 is 36, in fact.
Ouch.
And that will bring
That's
us
how
to
math works.
Fenrir.
All right. So, who's all wounded and who's all down? Do we still have Kibble down?
Kibble's
Kibble's down.
Okay, where is Kibble located currently?
He is at
Next
the
to me.
bottom of the screen.
Can I suggest
He's
you
20
keep shooting at that gemstone because I'm next to Kibble and I was going to res him on my next turn with a potion I have. I would suggest you keep
Okay.
aiming for that
I was
gemstone to
just
get the
gonna-
caster out of the way.
Because I can, I was just gonna go over to him and use Cure Wounds. Okay, I can do that.
I would
too.
rather you finish the caster off before he gets to go again.
Fine with me. I will let loose. Okay, question. Can I use Hunter's Mark and still use an attack?
Yes, Hunter's
yeah.
Mark is a bonus action.
All right. Will I still get my 2 attacks because
Yes.
extra attack?
That is
Okay.
correct.
So your extra attack feature gives you 2 attacks.
All right.
That's it.
So, and question, Keijo, can I put Hunter's Mark on the crystal?
You can put it on a creature, not a object.
Damn
Put
it.
it on the skeleton and it works if he's aiming the crystal, right?
Not technically.
They're
Oh. What do you mean technical? Well, if we're getting technicals, then there's a lot of technicals you can bring in.
Nicole's here. Yeah.
There
No,
always
stick
are,
to general.
but we're going to go with that.
Okay.
Fine. All right, then no Hunter's Mark. We'll just shoot at the crystal.
Okay.
That will be a 15 on the die and 7, so 22 at the crystal.
You see, as your arrow comes in, he waves his hand, and a shield of energy pops up in front of
Oh, this.
Ah, there's a
freaking bitches.
Might as well attack one of the basilisks with your second turn.
that's what I was going to do.
And then you
Who
attack-
are the 2 basilisks grouping up on there?
you. Misaki.
All right, my second attack will be on whichever the one is that is right next to Misaki.
Number one.
Yep.
Horizontal.
One.
Yeah, 1. 14.
We'll just miss.
Oh,
Damn
well.
it.
You can still attack
Alright.
next to it.
Yeah, and I still haven't used a bonus action either. So I'll use my Horde Breaker on the one next to the one I just attacked.
Okay.
And that one will definitely miss because that was a 2 on the die. And then I'll use my bonus action to shift and let out a howl of immense anger.
Alrighty.
Arthur.
So
My inadequacies.
The cart gets a turn. Yay.
that'll bring us to Kai.
Hiya!
That's not how a spear wall generally works, but go for it.
A question for: is it an action to move his moonbeam?
Bonus action.
Bonus action, yep.
Oh, so he can move it on to the other guy and still attack.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Sorry, I just before you made your attack, I wanted to make sure you didn't need to use your action for it and remind you that you have a moonbeam.
Spoilers.
Why don't just breathe? In
Just
blue.
let other
Okay.
people
Please,
play their
Steven.
characters.
Breathe,
All right.
Steven.
Moving on. Kaizen.
All right, Basilisk number 1. I violence.
He wouldn't be Draho if he wasn't telling everyone.
That's the damage part. Let's see if I actually hit.
Bonus you do, so I don't have to adjust that.
So I get Pedro. Huge shift. I get 8 extra temporary hit points. Correct?
Yep, remind me if I come to attack you.
Yes.
Let's see,
Okay.
11. And, yeah, we're doing this too. Suck it.
They're
Take some
undead?
radiant damage.
All right.
Is it in fact undead?
It is. So add another d8.
Yay.
Booyah.
And that is on number 1, I'm assuming.
Correct.
All right. That extra 4 points does it. Takes out... Nope, that's number 4. My apologies. None of the damage connected because you're not selected on it. That would be why.
Where's the other one?
All right, so 14 plus 11 is going to be 25 on him. All right, he is set. Second attack, and/or pommel attack, and/or anything else.
And then
Why did that roll twice? Even though that's terrible. All right.
Advantage.
Second. No, I don't have advantage. Do I have advantage? I don't think I have advantage.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't. Yeah.
how about he doesn't, but say he did.
Fair enough.
Also, I missed, so there's that. And I'm going to use my bonus action to move my moonbeam to the prophet.
Ooh.
Okay. Yoink. Okay, and I assume that is it.
Correct?
Okay, that'll bring us to Ark.
Okay, so you all have been looking at these things not getting petrified, so I'm gonna just be really angry and recklessly attack the corner right in front of me. I don't like that the DM's laughing, but let's see if I can do it before that's a problem.
They don't have eyes to gaze with.
It's magic.
We don't trust you, Kadro, as far as we can throw you.
Very
I was
true.
effectively about to go, what's this we? But yeah, no, we don't. 18 to hit.
Will hit.
All right, that is okay. That is 16 damage.
All right.
Bludgeoning.
That does, in fact, drop Basilisk 4.
I am very strong. Also, it was loose as hell. So
Man bear do man bear work.
okay, so this is a very roundabout way of locking them down with our melee fighting, but that's okay. Basilisk 1 is Basilisk 1 dead?
It is not.
Yes.
Okay.
It is wounded. Basilisk 2 does not look to have been touched.
Mine. All right, Basilisk 2. Recklessly attacking, and that is that is like lots. That's 21 to hit.
Okay.
Okay, that is 15 bludgeoning damage.
Alrighty.
Crunch.
Yep.
And since we're here and people are exploding, I would use my bonus action to shift
Okay.
because that reset when we took our short rests.
I roar over to my brother.
And I believe that's your full action, yes?
That, I mean, unless I move some more, which I'm not gonna. So,
Okay. Draho.
Okay, so Kibble's got one failed death.
That is correct.
Comes the hard decision. Do I take the shot or because it's an action to potion him, right?
It is. As
So
a
I have
reminder,
to-
he did critically fail last game. Just saying.
You know what? Let's take the safe bet and get him back up.
You
Okay.
already lost enough of your investment on this. Don't lose him.
Yeah, so that's 2d4 plus 2.
Correct.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, he kind of lost all of it.
So
That
that's
is true.
7
Very
health
true.
back to him.
Okay.
That education only died.
Move from inventory. And bonus action. Do I got anything in my bonus action?
You could. I don't think you would have a bonus action going on after that, but you could maybe move away from him. So if he tries to do an area of effect, you're less tempting.
That's a good thought. There you go. That's good.
Yep, nice spread right there. Perfect. Alrighty, that'll bring us to Kibble.
Yes. I'm gonna yell at Kibble. Hit the gem.
He books over to the right to make the spread a bit better. Aims at the prophet. No one is technically next to him, so no sneak attack.
Should have moved up one square.
And you had gotten a sneak attack, yeah.
And unfortunately rolls a 2, so will miss.
Look, it's not my fault that Kibble decided to attack a thing no one's engaged with.
Navara.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go with a volley of Eldritch Blasts. We'll start with Basilisk 1.
Classic.
Let's see, did that select on it? I think.
It did. That will hit.
Nice.
All right.
Very nice damage with the 12. That will also hit.
Nice.
Still up?
Sure
I'm
is.
assuming.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll bonus action and do it again.
Alrighty.
Second verse.
And that's a crit.
Woo!
And that fells Basilisk 1.
That was
Alright.
a sad amount of damage for a crit, but it works.
And then we'll go last one on Basilisk 2.
Okay. And that will hit.
Nice, shoot it.
4 max 14 damage. Very well done. All right. Any movement?
No, we're good. We're right.
All right. That's going to bring us to Basilisk 2, who is still on Misaki.
Yeah, but I'm the one who hit him. I'm the primary target.
Yeah, well, not to him.
For a total of
Warding
16 points.
Must have hit him so hard he
Very
forgot how
good.
combat works.
The lower, however, is a miss with a 15. So we're going to reduce that damage by 16 once I find you.
What was that?
All right. So it does miss with that disadvantage due to the warding flare.
Sweet.
And that'll move back to Misaki's turn.
I know what's up now.
We're going to attack that basilisk and get it out of here.
Okay. That is a crit.
Nice.
And that will, in fact, drop that basilisk.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice indeed.
And yeah, that leaves the profit for you guys.
Yep. All right. That brings it to the prophet's turn.
Oh crap! There's 3 of us clustered
Come
up.
on, save.
You guys did a bad move.
Well,
that is
at least he
Turn my
might
plan
die.
against me.
He might die.
I mean you guys for not following. You got a pretty good drop.
I blame Draho. I blame it entirely on Draho.
For
Yeah,
once, I'm not the elf that screwed
nervous.
up combat.
Sounds making me very nervous.
For once, I didn't cause all the trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, but because he started his turn in the moonbeam, go ahead and roll that damage, Kaizen.
Yeah.
All flex.
Flex it. Flex it big.
13. All right. You see another small piece of that sapphire stone in its chest kind of break off, drop to the floor. At which point, he casts a spell. Any interrupting actions by anyone?
What's he doing?
Seems to be casting a spell.
Try to shoot him.
Can anyone interrupt him?
Only if you have reactions that allow you to do so. Things like counterspell.
No, I do not have any of that.
Or if I were actually still engaged and had the Mage Slayer jig, I think that'd be an attack. But
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Nope,
So-
I do not have counterspell.
he goes poof.
he's in the corner. Get him.
Like, as in poof, he vanishes, or as poof, he
Teleports.
goes
Is he
invisible?
50 step, or is he gone?
Is it
He
a
is-
poof or a bamf?
A little bit of both. So he kind of steps forward, or sideways, I should say, and then just vanishes from sight.
So is he gone from the room or invisible?
That you don't know.
Well,
Oh.
I'm still targeted on him, so that's why I want to know.
In either case, he's invisible. It's just a matter of whether he's still physically present. Quick, someone start throwing fairy fires.
Yeah, I don't know. You
I
might
could
want to
try
move
to
him from that location because I.
Do you? I have detect magic. I mean, I could see if that could possibly detect him.
It's well, I mean, maybe the item that is on him, but I think you have to.
Yeah.
I think you have to cast it on a specific object that you can see.
Nope, it's just within an area.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I use that then, Pedro?
Divine sense.
I was going to say, was anyone able to identify the spell he was casting before it took effect?
Unless I'm allowed to roll an Arcana to guess that.
Will my divine sense allow me to feel if this person is still here?
Your Divine Sense does not feel any undead within the 30-foot square.
If I move up a little bit, can I do detect magic, Pedro, to see if he's here? Or
Yep,
if I sense anything?
you certainly can.
All right, I'll move up to about four squares to the right of to the left. I mean of I don't know who that is. It looks like it's either Kason or Masaki in the middle of the red circle in the room.
Masaki.
Okay.
I will say this: unless the guy's wearing some kind of non-detection thing, if Kai can't sense him, he's not here.
No, we don't know. It might
But
be
he
what
did
color-
say, but Kero did say within Kai's 30-foot square.
Which your 30-foot range takes up the whole room.
No, it doesn't.
It's a 50 by 50 room.
And where he's standing, he goes 30 in every direction. So he's got the whole room covered.
Mm-hmm.
So, he does. That's true.
So that might actually not work for you then. I mean, you can still try it, but...
True. I'll give it just a shot just to make sure.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
cast detect magic.
Okay. As you do so, you don't see anything specifically there, but let me double check the loot. So, you do see a bit of magic coming from behind the stone throne.
Okay, I let our fighter know because he has the most Arcana experience, or the Warlock.
Did this?
So you think Dravo's the best Arcanist in the party?
Well, you have Arcana checks all the time. I don't know.
Yeah. Point of order: before we go any further, did all of what just happened happen within the past 6 seconds?
It did.
I'm attacking the throne,
Okay.
so I can maintain my range.
Sounds good.
Also, he was just
Stop
told
the man
something
there.
magical. He was just told something magical is behind the throne, and the guy disappeared by the throne.
Mhm.
Common sense.
So I am going to attempt to break the throne.
Okay.
And I have advantage because bears apparently don't like furniture.
Really?
That's a general strength check or athletics check.
You're smashing, so we're gonna go
I'm
with.
attempting to break an object.
Yeah, let's go with straight attack, damage versus durability kind of thing.
Okay. Well, it's 19 on the die.
Will hit.
So if you want me to do this as an attack, then that would be 26. So to do damage, and I really wish I had the adamantine coating because this would count as a critical.
Maybe when we get back to town, you can borrow some.
Definitely. What do you mean borrow? I'm the main reason we even had it. 11 bludgeoning damage, and it's magical, so I don't know what that does to whatever it's made of. Probably stone.
Mm-hmm. So your what is it? Maul comes smacking into that chair, glances a little bit off of the arm and lands squarely into the seat. At which point you see it kind of divot and create a crack that runs central from the bottom all the way up through the top.
So he breaks the chair in half.
Moderate.
Cracks it.
Again!
Can someone restrain the man bear, please? I mean,
No, you told him. You told us there's magic behind it. If you don't, I'm about to boom that chair.
Look, I've still got my rage, and I am using it. So that's a 15 on the die to hit, plus
Will hit.
7 for the things and the hurting, and 16 magical bludgeoning with their maul.
All right. So hitting it basically in the same spot continues to divot that crack a bit further. It comes out to about a centimeter's worth of stone crack the entire length of the chair.
This is a very durable chair.
It's a huge thing made of stone.
And freaking dwarves. Well, that is what I will just continue to do until there's no more chair and we find out what happened.
Okay, so you eventually pound the chair into dust, and in doing so, behind the chair, you find a pouch that contains 500 platinum, 200 gold, 5 diamonds. There is a odd-looking kind of spiked halberd back there. It does have some runic engravings within it.
More pole arms.
And a silver wand with a large kind of fiery globe at the end, though it is cracked down the haft.
I didn't do it.
You did it. I blame the man bear. I blame the man bear.
One's not made out of chair. It's fine.
Lastly, around the halberd, you see a scroll that has been wrapped and bound towards the top piece.
Guys, we have another cigar. Okay.
That makes no sense to anyone that wasn't here last week.
So
I understand you found a
So as I'm
cigar
continuing,
humidor that makes cigar spells.
breaking the chair and finding all this, I'm just rage tossing it over my shoulder because I'm looking for something to break, and none of that stuff I want to break.
All right. Pedro.
Yep.
Also, are those barrels next to what was the throne?
Tables. What was that, Fenrir?
Is there anything else in this room that looks like it could possibly contain loot of some sort?
Searching through the room, that seems to be all that is available.
Did the detect magic give us anything on the giant glowy circle?
No, it did not.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going.
The detect magic does show on the halberd and the wand.
Okay, I'm gonna Arcana the giant glowy circle with guidance because I don't trust this.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask them to hand those 2 items over to Kibble so he can take the time to identify.
Okay, and once I
All right. With a 23 plus 3.
26.
Nice. It does look like the same sort of gate sigil that you've seen throughout kind of your adventures. Some form of transportation, teleportation. This one you feel, though, has some form of connection to the negative plane of energy.
So,
I don't like that, so I would like to disrupt the circle.
All right.
Do you say that you want to disrupt it out loud?
Yes.
I attack the floor.
I take out my short sword and join my man bear brother in destroying the circle.
All right. So takes you guys a good while to kind of go around and destroy the circle. In doing so, Kibble does have the time to identify those 2 items. The halberd is a halberd of warning, +1.
I warn you.
The wand is a consumable wand of fireballs that does not have the capacity to recharge. Has 2 charges left on it.
Gee, I wonder what happened to the first couple charges. As I look at Draho.
Huh? Well, I didn't do nothing.
Nothing. You just look hot.
So, who's taking what of those?
I'll take the fireball wand if no one else wants it.
Can you use wands?
I don't think so. I'm a ranger. Possibly.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
good
know.
point. I think only people that could would be
Cleric and the warlock.
and
Possibly.
Kibble.
Just the warlock.
Kibble can. Kibble's a bard. Can't bards use them?
Can be
Probably.
attuned
Bards
by
can use
any
anything.
spellcaster.
Oh, well then yeah, pretty much. Kibble,
So-
Cleric,
cleric.
warlock.
So everyone currently here except me and Draho.
Correct. Well,
Although-
technically, Draho's an arcane archer, so
Draho can cast cantrips.
I was just about to say, am I considered an arcane because I've got 2 cantrips plus magic arrows?
you have spells.
Yeah.
You're a spellcaster.
Nice.
So I can use it. Sweet. I can.
So here comes the next question. Who is so useless that we need to have them hold on to fireballs in case? Because I'm actually better without using a fireball
There's
wand.
technically 2 spells that I can cast, but only as rituals.
2 of the spells I can cast are only detect magic and cure wounds. The other 2 are meant for my bow.
Yeah, I'd say give it to either the warlock or the Fenrir, and then we'll give the halberd to one of the halberd. They can
So-
fight over it blood match style.
I'd say probably give it to Navara, because Navara has a fewer spell slots than everyone else.
Not much.
That is true.
An interesting conversation.
No, I'm not done yet.
There are 2 strangers in our midst.
Huh?
Oh no,
What do you mean?
Fenrir. No, we know Fenrir. He's cool. He just disappeared on us for a while.
Your friends often appear and disappear?
Yeah, weirdly
I
enough.
have a tendency to do that. I'm a wolf, and I kind of go on tangents. Don't mind me.
Fair enough.
We don't have strict attendance policies in this organization.
Well,
Also,
since
just so-
everyone's
Also,
Seems-
I'm gonna just because I'm weird and I know Draho hates it, I go up to him right before I shift back to human, drool on him a bit, shake my fur on him, and then just shed as I transform back to human.
ugh, you mongrel.
Oh my
I've
god.
got a prestidigitation to clean my clothes.
So, who looks injured?
That's what I was about to say. Was Kibble and I are very hurt.
Well,
I'm down
Then-
to only 33 health points. This is a fact.
Yeah, you're fine.
you're fine.
I hate you all.
I look at the party and I'm looking to assess who's damaged.
Well, I've got a lot of magic missile holes in me, plus some singeing from the fireballs, so I'm very hurt.
I would say if just based on percentage of max health, like I'm hit, but I'm fine.
Yeah, I would say Draho and Kibble are the ones most in need, probably.
Well, then Kibble needs to get up here.
I've got 12 health left.
He seems to be kind of shaking where he's at.
Kibble, can you come up here, please?
Yeah, but it's okay. The scary, angry, horrid man wants to heal you.
Do I have to?
We would appreciate if you want to get healed, yes.
He very slowly makes his way up to you.
Kibble, you gotta get brave again, man. You've lost your confidence after getting yourself nearly drowned.
Everything
You
seems
gotta get back in the
exploding
sack.
around me and hitting me with big rocks. What am I supposed to do?
Kibble, don't make us start calling you Stockholm.
I
He's
don't
the-
understand
no way
that.
understand that nor within you.
Derek, I'm going to cast Prayer of Healing.
That works.
Sweet.
Ooh,
No,
what kind of cleric
click-
are you,
no, click-
Masaki?
Okay.
By specific, what god? That's what I want to
Yeah.
know.
One that's not from around here by the look of his garb.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I, before I start asking questions, can I insight or anything? I have I think I have history as well. Anything I can use to determine what this new person, this Masaki, anything I can use to determine what they are before I get questioning. Because the last time we let someone random roll up with us, you know.
Before I
Just
interrogate
what you see. Misaki, that looks like you cast Hold Person.
Nope, that's not what I want to cast.
Okay. You said Prayer of Healing?
Yeah.
Double check where that's at.
we get 2D of
It's right below the whole person. That's why I was throwing me off.
Yeah, kiss.
Yeah. There should be like a red plus heal button that'll toss
Yep.
that. There we go. Okay, so
But that'll be up to 6.
Oh, it
Individuals.
just healed me. It did it automatically.
Yep.
Nice.
Did anyone not take damage?
But it did not heal me.
I think that's because you were clicked on Draho for some reason. So what you'll see on your character sheet is a spot that says WND. That's your wounds. Reduce that by the appropriate amount.
Did anyone not take damage?
No. We all took damage at the beginning from the first fireball.
Gotcha.
Yeah, even the ones that saved.
I
Okay,
am
then I'll-
assuming
then
that
I'll
I
opt out.
still am missing my negative energy damage.
Oh yeah, we have to.
Yes, because you have
you-
not taken a long rest yet.
So then I'll opt out of that healing. So Fender, you can take that one, and
Huh?
I'll opt out of this healing.
So how do I adjust
Oh,
my
okay.
wound?
Just click in the box with the number and type a new number.
So who all got
Got it,
healed from
thank you.
that?
Everyone but me.
All right, so how much did I get?
Well, I
14.
can do
14. All right, then I'm back at full
Arc.
health.
well.
Oh, you could have moved over for it.
Heard my name.
Yes, we can assume
Who-
that everybody circled up.
Okay.
Right, but it's up to 6 creatures.
It's up to 6, which means someone wasn't going to get it.
So I opted not to take it.
Okay.
Because he is just a walking tank.
Yeah, I only took 18 damage, and I still have my 10 hit points from shifting, so I'm good.
So who's taking the halberd?
It's between the two fighters. Real
Well,
fighters.
Well, I'm
I
guessing,
say,
the paladin. If he-
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Because the cleric is wielding a spear, and my maul is fine.
It doesn't technically look like a spear.
No, it looks like a fancy looking halberd.
Right, but
Or not halberd, but a glaive.
Oh, it's a naginata, yeah. But it's a versatile weapon, I assume.
Mhm.
It can be wielded one-handed, or is it being wielded two-handed?
By your garb, I suggest you hail from Kortur.
Yes.
I am going to do what the very Draho thing to do. Name and lineage.
Don't mind him. He's just
I love how the way you phrase that. It's like papers, please.
It is.
He's kind of obnoxious and just
It's
ignore him.
okay. Misaki's head kind of tilts and looks at you. There's a tingle as the bells on the mask kind of shake. Yukiyama.
Okay.
Misaki Yukiyama.
Where do you come from? What's your home kingdom?
I
The shrine
just
on the
said that.
mountain.
Sure. Are there what high mountain shrine? Is this something that I would know for Mithranor by any chance?
Lord Ling, she's not from anywhere near here. You are out of your depth.
I am trying to figure out where this high elf came from, so I know.
When
whether-
isn't he out of his depth, Kai?
I just told you, Kortur.
And where's Kotor?
The Far East.
Oh, wow.
While this conversation's going on, I'm sitting next to people and sharing some rations with them.
Okay.
Oh, so you're from the east.
And-
Okay.
As you start doing that, he breaks out a little camp setup, starts cooking for you guys.
Yeah, might as
I
well.
love that I put it.
This is probably the most easily fortifiable.
So I'm gonna, seeing as you don't seem to understand what I'm asking for, I'm gonna produce my scroll of pedigree and give you a proper introduction.
You're fine.
And for the first time, because I'm dealing with another high elf, you get to hear all of my titles. I've been
God,
waiting
that's
for the
right.
chance I got to deal with a high elf.
Does he start spouting lineage?
Oh, I've got titles
Oh,
and
he
a
does.
lineage.
I think he's actually going to read it.
Yeah.
Like,
I am Drahoslava von Reiklandmere III of Mithranor, heir to the Reiklandmere dynasty, huntmaster of Mithranor, court tutor of the bow of Mithranor, guardian of the king's forest, gardener of the king's flower bed.
Got enough titles there, buddy?
Looks
This is
like
the
So
everyone is
how do-
walking
how
away.
do I take a-
in the presence of the group.
How do
And
I
then I
take
do
the,
a very
the
I
line
do a
off?
very polite
No.
polite bow, and then I produce my scroll of pedigree so you can examine it and know that I am in fact everything I say I am.
I mock him and say, "Are you also Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm?"
He just pulled out his tablet and showed you his IMDb page.
And disinterested walked away.
I like her already.
I like this girl.
Well,
Not
as you're walking
confident
away, as I
about
finish
her
talking, I'm going to be like, "Excuse me, what's your rank? Can you walk away from me?"
She just did.
Oh, just did, man.
Wait.
Are you chasing or are you just walking vehemently?
Him angrily, pompously, flamboyantly strolling. All at once.
And
Don't you
just
know who
because,
I am?
and
Pretty
just
much.
because And just because I see how pissed Draho is, I say to him as he walks away, "That's the first time you've been told off by one of your own species, hasn't it?"
Draho, are you watching the Twitch chat?
Oh, let me guess. Someone's in there talking crap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? I need to see this.
Shaver of the king's groin. Really?
Saki, wait.
That's not what I meant by
Bravo,
gardener of the
Himara
king's
Stewie.
flower bed. I meant
Yes,
legitimately
bravo.
I tend
I
to the
give
flower bed.
points. I get points for this.
As I see Misaki leaving Draho, being Draho, I'm just gonna, as I'm walking by, quickly just pinch his wrist and keep going. Wait.
Ah! What was that for? You peasants!
I kept walking. You know what it's for.
I demand answers. What is your lineage?
Draho, if you keep introducing yourself this way, we're not gonna make
It doesn't. My lineage.
Yes.
Your lineage doesn't
I
matter.
apologize.
Ignore the pompous person.
What is your noble rank? Where do you stand in the hierarchy of the world?
Well, for the longest time, it was my father and I that guarded, protected the shrine, and
Do you have what's
maintained
your father's
it.
name? What's your father's name and rank then?
Draho, that's enough. It doesn't matter. Let it go.
Does matter.
Have you ever
It matters of
been
important people.
to my
Yeah,
home?
well, so it matters to somebody that isn't you.
If you've never traveled to my home, how would you know of any of the names from my home?
Surely your home has a ranking system for nobility. You can tell me at least where you fall in a ranking system.
What I think he's trying to say is, would you like to join us for a meal and a pleasant conversation that isn't an interrogation?
Or a pompous waving of all his nobility titles.
You're not helping!
In fairness, this is what you get for bringing another high elf in while Draho is still alive. I've prepared for the next high elf character we meet to get the full interrogation, because Draho has never lived outside of Mithranor. He legitimately doesn't know that there's elves out there that don't live by the Mithranor way of nobility. So
I am so excited for when you get to take us to your homeland. I desperately want to see the place where you come from.
I kind of cocked my head quizzically, listening to the banter back and forth.
I do apologize for him. He gets excitable when meeting new people, and sometimes his manners are lacking. We're making some food now. We've been through some stuff. I'm sure you saw that when you came in. If you're welcome to join us, please. We could use extra help in here. As you just scroll by.
Well, no, you say that, so I walk up to where the
Okay.
kobold was setting up the cooking stove.
Being a throne room, I imagine there's not much in the way of chairs other than the one that I described.
Correct.
Did we see any like chairs, like arming chairs?
Guy picks up the halberd and sits down and starts to attune it.
While putting on armor in the armory?
Yes. So they would have been amongst the various different pedestals that were showing off the armor.
I'll be right back.
wait, what's this? And boy, will we get to Mithranor. It is no, we're not going to Mithranor. Never going to Mithranor.
Okay, so I gather up 7 of those chairs and I pull over those 2 tables to make sort of a makeshift dining, food setup thing.
All right.
I will sit on what's left of the throne.
Are there braziers in this room?
They're not.
Unless the throne is so thrashed I can't sit on it.
It really is.
Okay, my
so thorough.
stream just said that it has cut off and it has ended. So I cannot follow. I don't know what's going on.
Try
I'm
refreshing.
Yeah, just try to.
I have tried it multiple times. I've gone through every link, and it
Well,
is
for
not-
right now, we're not on a combat grid, so you can just role play along.
Yeah.
Once we get to a combat grid, we'll worry about it. You can work on it in the background. That way you don't have to jump around and.
And since Kibble's pulled out, did Kibble, while he pulled out like all his cooking stuff, did he also pull out like a bundle of wood?
Yep.
Okay. Smart boy, that one.
So is this considered a short rest or what?
Since you guys have been going so long, yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna
A
use.
long-winded conversation is going on for an hour.
It would take at least 20 minutes for Draho to come down from his high horse.
Okay, well, in that case.
So while we're waiting for
of course,
that,
don't tell us the long extended illustrious pedigree of said horse.
yeah,
Does it have one?
while we're waiting for Draho to come off his high horse, I'm going to ask Kibble about where he went when he was gone.
When it pooped me out with all the water, I was down the mountain, and it made me walk back up to get back to you guys, and it was very cold.
So what happened like when you reappeared? Was there anything like magical going on? Did you like poof up here? Or?
Nope, I just poofed out kind of down the mountain, and then I had to walk back up.
Where did your gear go? Did it come out with you?
It wasn't there.
I really want to go back and continue figuring out how to get back to that room so we can get our gear. But I invested a lot of money in that equipment.
Some of it would pay the iron price.
Actually, no. Pretty much almost all of it, except for one magic sword I put the money into.
All right. Well, let's finish our job here, see what we find. And
Oh yeah, these armors on the wall. Is this better quality armor than what we had in weapons than what we had before in the earlier part of the hallway?
It all seems very similar. It's all bronzed in the way that it's set up. Looks like we lost Fenrir again.
Yeah, he's having connection
There he
issues and
comes.
stuff apparently. I was just because I want to make sure if we got to re-equip Kibble from this stuff, if there's any armor he might be able to wear, or the
not
best
sized appropriately for him.
it's also presumably at least medium armor, which you can't wear.
Okay. Huh. Well, make sure he at least gets the best quality swords here. And there's no ranged weapons here, right?
Correct.
Okay, are there
Unless
any
it's from-
daggers or anything that he could throw?
I have two
Sure.
daggers and a crossbow that he can have.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had a crossbow for him, so he's good there.
I will literally never use it.
Not with Fort Eldritch Blast a turn.
All right.
Navarra, I would speak with you.
Are you going to hit me again? Because if you are, I'd rather not.
I said speak.
Yes, Kai.
I produce a scroll. I do not ken this.
And the scroll that you see, it's in an odd dialect that you recognize from what's in your the unknown book.
It was attached to the halberd.
Okay. Does any of it make sense?
Not directly, but you do figure that if you take the time to kind of compare it to your book, you might be able to get a sense of it.
Okay, I'll do that for the remainder of our short rest then.
Okay, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
All right. I'm back up and running. You guys can hear me.
Sweet.
Yep.
Guys, the BRB.
All right, with a 12, it'll probably take you most of this downtime. What you see translates roughly in Netherese to move aside.
Move aside.
Huh.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I needed to figure out how to use my hit die to heal.
Kadro, I had a question.
Yep.
So did we determine whether you get to keep the temporary hit points from the shift if they don't go down during your shift?
They stay up until you've taken a rest.
All right, so I lose them now then.
Correct.
I'm good with that.
Thank
You
you.
hit 9. I'm good with running around with 3.
Move aside.
Also, do I get my shift back after a short rest or after a long rest?
I believe it is a short rest. Let me double check.
We'll say that's the nice part about being a fighter is everything's short rest.
Well, this is a trait.
Yep, give me
Racial
just a
trait,
sec.
not a class trait. So.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it's nice for me because I've never had something.
Yeah.
I usually play full caster, so I'm used to like rationing spell slots.
You get it back either at a short or long rest, so either will do.
Oh, okay. Sweet. So I'm back at 2 shifts.
Anything happen if I put the scroll in the book?
In the box, you mean?
In the book.
In the book.
like-
No,
yeah.
no, it does not.
Okay.
I will pull out a vial of red liquid and say, I've got some of that book blood from before if you want to try that.
I'm not sure that's going to help, but
All right. I put it back in my cloak. One day we'll have a use for blood that came from a book floating on the wall.
move
Also-
aside. What the hell does that mean?
I missed.
What was the riddle?
Move aside. That's the whole riddle.
The scroll literally just says move aside.
It was attached to the halberd. Perhaps it is a command word for the item.
Try it.
Worth
Try
a
it
try,
on
I
me.
suppose.
Well, as soon as I am finished attuning it, I will make the attempt.
And you can always try it on me. I'm up for anything. I'm a shifter, and I don't like. I like being fucked with. For the sake of being fucked with.
Speaking of, didn't Kibble identify it, so shouldn't we know what it is?
The halberd is a halberd of warning +1.
Halberd of warning, so what's the halberd of warning do?
Warns you.
Warned you.
I warned you.
It yells, move aside.
Obviously.
Move, bitch, get out the way.
It just seems so...
So specifically weapons of warning. What they do is the magic weapon warns you of danger. While this weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls. And in addition to you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. The magic weapon awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping when combat begins.
Nice.
So basically, it's the equivalent of a weapon version of alarm.
Basically.
Nice.
Okay.
Since we're taking this rest, is Kibble still complaining about being cold? Or is Kibble like shivering like he's cold?
Not at this point, not with the fire next to him.
Okay.
I go up to Kibble and I very gently take off my wolfskin cloak and put it over him and say, "You can use this for the night because you fell into the water."
He thanks you.
Also, make sure he uses
He took the
the...
rest. Oh, no, we got him after the rest of the night. So.
There you go. Good job.
I'm like, but if you don't give it back, I'll rip your jugular out.
He immediately takes it back off and tries to hand it to you.
You can't joke like that with Kibble, man.
Kibble, before you started the fire, were you cold? I'm asking this at the beginning of the rest.
Nah, he shakes his head no.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you get cold, you tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I know why. Okay, yeah. I got it. I see what you do. Sneaky.
Like, it's not so much sneaky as me being practical, but also since he lost all of his stuff, like I'm like,
That is a shame.
I mean, I do have a pair of leather armor. I said
It's
leather armor, I
medium.
don't know
It
if
wouldn't be able to work. We'd
I
have
mean,
to get
yeah.
something made
if
for
you
his
gave
size.
me if you gave me like a day or two, I could resize it, but that's just eating up time.
Yeah. Well, when we get back to town, I'll buy him something decent.
With any luck, we'll find something leathery in here that we can kill.
You can also scroll.
Does he have a weapon at least, the poor guy?
Yeah, he's got plenty of weapons. He's fine.
All
You
right.
can re-arm him. You just don't have armor, so he's gonna have to spend a lot of time ducking and dodging.
So yeah, Kibble really needs to stay in the back whenever possible.
He can stay behind me and my bow.
And when we get back to town, like we can buy them some armor before we have our match, or maybe see if we can get something made if we have a little extra time. So,
Yeah, I own stake in an armory now.
yep.
Draho, just so you are aware, every time I have to shift back to human form, you are getting drool and hair on you.
I got prestidigitation. I'll give you stern words and do so.
Okay, so
I will let you know, though, you are not making peasants seem any more pleasant to me when I meet the hairy ones.
That it is not my plan to.
Kedro, as this is all going down, if I walk a circuit of the walls,
Mhm.
is there anything out of the ordinary, or is it just a dead end room?
Just a dead end room.
Okay.
Second question.
Is the-
Those gems that we were shipping out of that dude's chest, are they still
Yeah.
on the ground or did they teleport with him?
They are still on the ground.
I want to pick them
Can I
up and see
check
what
out-
they do.
Yeah, I would like to take a look at one of them too.
So they are large chunks of shattered sapphire gemstone.
Oh.
Okay, can
Add 'em
I
to-
use detect magic on it?
They are
Well,
non-magical.
no, you would have known if before, so you don't have to waste that on it because you'd have known from before.
parts that broke off are no longer magical, but I'm sure they're worth something.
I was going to say if they're sapphire, then they're worth something. We
Yeah,
can take
they're
them with
probably
us.
worth something,
And
yeah.
you said we found 5 diamonds, right?
Correct.
How much were those worth?
No, the better question is, isn't diamonds needed for resurrections?
Which is why I'm asking
Yeah.
how much they're worth, because they have to be up to a certain value.
They seem small to medium in size.
I think what's being suggested is that we need to have them appraised.
That is true.
Well, we know where to go to get stuff appraised.
Hey, Pedro, is there like any way, like if I shifted and used my wolf senses, is there any way I could possibly see if there's like a secret door or something out of here?
Given what Misaki already did, there is not.
Okay.
Okay. So the only way out of here is that way.
Correct.
The gate
Yep.
we came in.
Yep. So why don't we move on?
Yep, that's what I was about to say. We've had our rest. We've eaten.
All right. So at the end of your rest, you guys head back down that hallway. You get back to the point where you have the arrows that are listing left to the armory, right to the guilds and residences.
So
we
the
were
guilds
just
and residences.
So last chance to pick up some weapons. Okay.
There's nothing. I mean, the stuff's nice and it's bronze, but I feel like it doesn't carry much value
Oh, that's
for
all
the
right.
weight.
I mean, if there's a better longbow, I could use it.
No, yours is a ruined longbow. Yours
First,
is,
first of all, there were no bows.
yeah, there was no ranged weapons here, but no, your weapon's probably the best.
I am,
we're gonna
thank
have
you.
for a while.
Dwarves don't tend to do bows that much.
No.
Yeah,
Also, I could use a better sword.
lesser. Yeah, these are all bronze. They'd be lower quality than what you got.
So
So
They'd
continuing
be
down the
high
path.
quality, just lower value weapon. I
Yeah.
guess.
So
Sure.
where did we have the list of floors? Was that in which channel was that?
It was in the regular Discord, I think he put it.
I believe
So
so.
what are we in exactly? A
He didn't
tomb
put it
or
somewhere
a-
special.
we are
Chasm
in a dwarven, seemingly dwarven-made fortress built into a mountain.
But it was actually
Okay.
made by a human question mark.
It may have been
Yeah.
commissioned
Bartender.
by a human, but it was built by dwarves.
All right. So we're still on level 3, correct, Kadro?
Correct.
Okay. And we were heading for level 5 last time, so I
Correct.
think that's where we want to head.
Yeah, so guilds and residences would be next.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's
So-
head that way.
Specifically, that chunk is this right here. Level 1 is Hall of the King. Level 2 is Emissary's Respite. Level 3 is Admittance with the You Are Here. Level 4 is Guilds and Residences. 5 is Lair of the Devouring Worm, which is where you think you should be heading.
Yes.
What
Seeing
the
as
hell,
we're here
dude?
for
What
some
the
kind of a
fuck?
dragon.
No, we're here to figure out that nothing has changed, everything's normal, and then go home.
That is
You
pretty
are
much
an
what I-
optimistic one, Draho.
Draho,
It would just be-
do
it
I
would
have to
just be
slap
too
you upside the head
cliche.
for your idiocy?
It would just be too cliche if something went wrong. It would almost
Yeah,
be
Draho
like
is saying
predictable
this,
storytelling.
I walk. As Dry was saying this idiotic nonsense, I walk past him and slap him upside the head and just walk on.
All right. So,
Harry
following the
peasants.
right path, you wander down a winding corridor that slopes downward for about 300 feet. The well-carved walls are adorned with ancient paintings, molded and eaten away with time and moisture, leaving them riddled with holes in the few best of cases. And entirely devoid of canvas that was once framed in many of the would-be paintings. In the midst of these paintings, there is a break in their succession, split by a doorway that holds no door. Just inside, you can see that the door is laying off its hinges a few feet in.
Does it look like it was purposely broke?
Potentially. It's been there long enough that everything is dust covered.
Okay, Cat, I'll
Can I
open
see
the door.
inside with my super dark vision?
Yep, so taking a further look into the room, you can see that it spans off into the darkness, almost a cavern unto itself. Save for giant 10-foot thick stone pillars about every 50 feet or so, connecting the room of the floor to the ceiling a good 100 meters above you.
And
And-
they called it a mine. A mine.
I know, right?
Interspread amongst the pillars.
pillars.
Just a sec. Interspread amongst the pillars in structured rows are desk after desk after desk lining the room. Old dried up inkwells can be seen on the closest of the desks, quills whose feathers have long since rotted to dust, and the ashes of paper and scorch marks mar what would have otherwise been pristine, beautiful dwarven stoneworked desks. Point of order, go ahead.
The doors.
So-
You said it was knocked down
Correct.
into the room or out into the way we came.
Into the room.
Good to know.
So, so you're saying this looks like it was some sort of study?
More like a giant clerk's office.
Like a
Think
scriptorium,
dwarven
basically.
cubicles without the cubes.
This
Okay.
is probably like their counter.
I try. I stare. I use my dark vision to stare inside and do like a kind of swoop to see if I see anyone within or smell anyone.
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
Can I do any of the desks have any actual papers on them, or are they all
That was
rotted
going to be
away?
my question.
So, closer inspection on the desks revealed that the sitting side, basically where the workers would sit, have squared holes for drawers that are available, but most of the drawers seem to be either entirely removed, contain remnants of ash, or are black cracked wood that
EPS
just seems
reports.
to be marred from some
So
sort of
this-
conflagration.
Do they look like they've been burned?
They do.
So this, yeah, this is probably.
You can't mend ashed paper, can you?
No, you
You
can't.
No.
can,
No.
but it does not mend the ink.
Ah,
All right, I'm gonna actually look to Fenrir, and I'm assuming again everything in here is covered in dust.
Yeah,
Fenrir, do you see any tracks in the dust?
I can look.
I'm going to assist him in looking.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception with advantage.
All right.
Assuming his perception is better than mine.
That is a 14 on the die plus 7 to my perception. So
21.
21.
Okay. So you
Nice.
don't see any tracks, but off in the distance you do hear a faint, muffled thudding sound.
I let everybody know and I point in the direction of the sound where I think it's coming from.
Okay.
I'm going to do what I always do.
Uh.
Draw the bow, arrow knocked, one in the teeth, and then wait for somebody to give me orders where
I'm
to shoot.
gonna also go ahead and perceive, and try to match it up with the sound of the dragon I've heard earlier.
Does not sound like the dragon, but are you guys getting
All
closer?
right.
I'm going to look up.
Before I go
No.
any closer,
You see
I'm
a
going
ceiling.
to shift.
Okay.
Hold up, we might not be going into combat, so I wouldn't waste your shift yet.
Okay, so the thudding sound. Can we tell like what material on what material it sounds like?
Does it sound like drums in the deep?
It does not. It sounds like, shall we say, hefty burlap hitting against strong wood.
So bodies hit the floor.
Yeah.
Burlap against. Okay, so it's a peasant. Is it peasants?
Oh my god.
Right.
Against wood.
Once again, I slapped Draho upside the head.
I will draw my maul and signal everyone where I'm walking.
I draw my bow and knock a couple arrows and put 2 more in my hand.
And I'll point at him and kind of look at everyone and nod, and I'll move toward the sound.
I
So
follow my shifter friend
We're moving into the room.
towards the sound.
Okay.
I will be moving slowly and quietly toward this voice.
I'm going to put myself in the middle of the party.
As you get a bit closer to the sound, the thudding seems to be accompanied by muffled cries for help.
It is peasants.
In what language?
An odd common dwarven cross.
Is this a dwarven Cajun?
Is this a dwarven Cajun that you're giving us? I'm very curious.
It sounds like.
Is he from what is it?
He from down under.
I think Skullport.
He's not Australian.
He's from
No, those are drow.
I think Skullport would be the closest thing to. That was bad, man.
That was bad. That was
Real
really
bad.
All right.
So
Can I like figure out like behind or under what it is coming from?
So getting close enough, you find that it's coming from one of the few remaining desk drawers towards the back of the room.
All right. I cautiously tell Ark to open it while I pull back my bow and aim at the door.
Yeah.
wait. It's coming from a desk drawer,
Correct.
and these drawers are sized for medium humanoids,
No, they're not. They're
they're
standard desk drawer size.
and the sound's coming from inside it.
Correct.
That's why we have the bows drawn.
Okay, I'm just going to stand back and kind of lean on my halberd while they open the door.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who's
I tell
opening it?
Ark to open. I tell Ark to open the door while me and Draho point our bows at the door.
I'll open it because I assume my role is to be the first thing that gets hit.
All right. So you open the drawer, and it's kind of a standard, normal file size drawer. Interesting.
My hammer got an upgrade.
Sorry, my phone went off.
As you open the drawer, you see a burlap sack that's kind of struggling, and you're hearing, "Help! Help! Open! Let me out!"
Who are you?
I will say in Dwarvish, identify yourself.
I'm Cool Earth. Help! Get me out! I gotta find Clem.
What are you?
I Cool Earth.
That doesn't
It's
tell me
clearly a
what you
dwarf
are.
that's been minimized by magic. Draho says absent-mindedly. Also,
I say,
probably a
all right,
peasant
I'm gonna
with some burlap.
Keeping it in the burlap sack, I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to signal everyone to surround it, but without talking, so it doesn't know what it's about to jump into.
Fine.
All right, I'm going to put the hammer down.
On the sack?
Jelly.
Not worthy. Not. All right, I'm just going to. I'm going to open it up, throw them out, and then pull up the hammer.
Okay. As you do, this kind of stuffed doll kind of just flops to the ground and then gets up. It looks like a tiny doll of a dwarf that has on its chest the symbol of a silver flame atop a silver anvil. Thank you. I'm trying to find my boy Clem. Have you seen Clem?
We don't even know who you are. How would we know if your boy is around?
Hold. Do you know how long it has been since you last saw Clem?
Well, I was last in the residences at home in bed, and then something big and dark came in, and it was made of shadows, and it took me and it stuffed me in the bag where my boy slept.
Do you know how long ago that was?
It was a long time, because it kept me in the bag and it bounced me around in what felt like forever, and then it stuffed me in that drawer here, I guess.
I imagine it would be difficult to keep track.
What
of
year was it when you were put in the drawer?
You're not very bright, are you?
Were the desks already burnt?
Yes. Maybe. I don't know. I was in a bag.
I don't know if you saw them burn.
Okay.
I make any
I
kind
ask
of
him,
roll to know
I
what
asked
he
him,
is.
do you have any
Now-
useful information that could help us find Clem?
All right, one at a time. Draho first.
Yeah. Is there anything I can roll to determine what he is, what that symbol means, anything like that?
So the symbol would be religion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm out of that.
Since I've had contact with dwarves in the past, can I make a roll on that as well?
Go for it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
While
what
they're
else
doing
can I
that,
do?
Not to do
Fenrir,
anything,
go ahead
but-
and what were you asking?
I wanted to ask him, do you have any useful information that could help us locate Clem?
Well, if we go down to the residences, we can definitely find him.
We were on our way there.
We're on our way there, so
Oh, good.
I-
I'll come with you.
you
Yeah,
just
I'm
hop on
gonna-
my back then.
I was going to pick him up and really inspect him close.
As you do, he kind of wiggles about and that tickles.
We've
Stop.
got the Pillsbury Doe dwarf here.
Ark,
And
how is
I'm
your...
And we got our own, like, Pillsbury Doughboy.
Woo's lightsaber.
Can we please silence the phone or whatever that is?
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Hey,
Um,
Ark, did you recognize the symbol?
I did not. I got
Okay.
a 5.
Let
I-
me try.
This thing's clearly magical. Can I Arcana to know what it is?
You can try.
Since I can't really do religion well.
Not so
You
much.
know what? Lucky coin.
All right.
Now
That's a
I
bit
do.
It seems like a miniature, odd type of golem construct.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Your construct. Who constructed you?
I don't know, but I was given to my boy Clem. I'm his protector.
Wait. So what is Clem exactly? Is it another thing like you?
No, his name is Clemens Brightshield.
Clemens
So,
Bright
is he a
Shield. Is he a
dwarf?
dwarf?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
seems about right.
Out of character. So you're saying we have to find this puppet's pal Clem?
Yep.
I tell the puppet to
Is
get
that-
on my
is that
shoulder.
deliberate?
Ah, Kedro. You made a character a pun just to punish me.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I
It's
hate
make
you.
my day.
Yeah. Hey,
Y'all
John,
are bad
Call
people.
you Darvo.
So
You're evil.
I think that officially makes this an episode of Monsters and Maidens.
It does.
Next question for him then while I'm on the interrogation stream is, so he's a dwarf. Is he an older dwarf, younger dwarf?
No, he's just a child.
Middle-aged dwarf? Okay.
He's a child when you put him in here. You don't know what year you were made, who made you, or what year it was when you were put in the bag.
That's right.
Do you, by any chance, have any idea?
So-
Well, was this place populated when you were here, or was it pretty much a ghost town like it is now?
It had lots and lots of dwarves, and there were some humans and some elves, and then the Dark Shadow things came.
Okay, can we history to know when this place went non-active?
Can you tell
Sure.
me about the dark shadow things?
Well, they were
Yeah.
really, really big and really, really scary, and you really couldn't tell what they were made of, except for they were made of shadows.
Did they look dragonish at all?
Nope. So
26 to know when this place stopped having people.
Yep, with a 26, you would expect from your knowledge in history that it's been several hundred years.
Huh.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll pass that along. It's
Someone-
been a couple hundred years since you were put in that box.
That's
Are
okay.
you okay?
I will point out that he said that Clem was rather young, so there's a chance that
How long do dwarves live? Usually out of
200
character.
years.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there's a possibility that he's still
So
kicking around.
he'd be pretty old at this point, but there's a chance.
There's a possibility.
All right.
Is
we
he old
break
and
this
senile?
Should
Let's
we
go.
break this news to the golem?
I'm pretty
No,
sure
I'm-
he hears us.
Yeah, I'm making sure he
And
knows
the-
this stuff.
The golem. I'm going to put it on my shoulder.
Yep,
let's
there
go.
you
All right. All
I
right.
just wanted to
And he
get the
points
info
back towards the
before we got
entrance
going.
that you guys came in.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna make sure he's well aware. Your
Continue.
friend Clem may be dead. Just a heads up.
Oh,
No,
can
no,
you
don't
go
say that.
5? Can you go 5 minutes without insulting someone or being an a-hole?
Don't worry about it,
Setting
little buddy.
realistic
Bravo,
expectations so
much.
he doesn't get too disappointed when we find Clem dead.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, little one. Whether your friend is well or not, he will always be a douche waffle. Come on, Darvo, let's go.
I'm not sure what that means, but okay.
As we're leaving, I make sure to erase all trace of our tracks or presence in that room
Okay.
as best I can.
So the hall leads you on, continuing with kind of to a final stopping point where it just ends in a wall. There are odd symbols littered across that wall and the same sort of language that is on that scroll.
I asked the golem if he can read that.
I can read it, just hang on. Well, I'm going to try to translate it.
Okay. So it takes you a little bit to do so, but it reads, "Only the dead may pass, free from burden and possessing the knowledge of the arisen prophet."
I'm going to tell it to move aside.
In what language?
I'm going to do my best to do Netherese.
All right. So as you do so, much like in the prophet's room, you hear that grinding of stone on stone. The wall itself lifts, and what you see is as it kind of shudders and grinds, that wall section becomes a ceiling about 30 feet into the following hall. It opens up into a large room that has a even larger hole kind of stuffed into the middle of it. Around said hole is a wooden structure that lies in ruins. Frayed rope hangs from the remnants of a pulley system of what you imagine used to be over the hole, but now rests upon the floor. May or may not have been some form of elevator system.
Okay.
So,
Next question.
They dug too deep.
So I'm going to ask the golem if he knows of another way down since the elevator is broken.
No, that's their only way to get down there.
I'm going to look. I don't want to use a torch. Does anyone have the ability to light up an object?
I can make a small
I
fire
can
with
use my moonstone.
prestidigitation.
I mean, or you all could just see in the dark.
Does anyone know the light cantrip?
I walk up and pick up. They're just loose.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Lots of rubble in this area.
So
Thank you.
walking up, I'll pick up some
Mhm.
and turn pages. Turn more pages.
Are you going to use catapult?
No.
Oh,
No,
He's
this
gonna
was
chant the rocks to light up or something.
I'm glad that our new friend understood what I was trying to do here.
yeah.
Yeah, I think you're trying to make glow sticks, correct?
Kind
I
Yeah.
of.
think he wants to see how deep it goes with a glowing rock, more or less.
Yeah.
Glow
Yeah.
sticks, I guess. That would make
It's
sense. Why am I correct?
basically-
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna see the bottom. Or
Casting
we're gonna hear
light
the bottom.
on the rocks in my hand and dropping down the hole.
Okay. So as you get close to said hole, you hear a loud set of roars. And out of that hole comes several heads, one of which attempts to strike at you.
Oh, lovely.
What kind of head?
You're about to see.
Hell Hydra.
Attack of
Hydra.
opportunities that pops up.
Oh, this is nice.
We get to see Red Skull too.
Can't help but feel like you've put me too far forward.
If the group in the six in the
Switch me with
back
my
can go
bar.
ahead and move back as much as they like.
I'll stay. Really?
Well, it was my
Can you
stupid
fucking-
idea, so I'm staying forward here.
Oh,
I wanted
Ew.
to
Let me.
I wanted to see how far down that goes, so I'd be up here.
I'm not happy about that.
One more back, Pedro. I'll be good.
I was right. Ooh, actually, I help. because I do bludgeoning damage rather than slashing damage because I can't cut a head off.
It's a Hydra, and you're really gonna expect me to stand in front of you?
Yeah, apparently. Pedro, can you put me a
you have
couple
more AC.
paces back?
I also have more cowardice.
So with that, go ahead and roll
I
initiative.
I'm gonna stand
Oh,
behind Kaiser.
yay. This is going to be fun.
And we'll get rid of the one opportunity attack real quick.
Woo, an 18. I'm finally in the high end.
With a crit on
Oh.
Misaki.
Oh, fuck. Excuse me. Darn.
21.
Next!
Bonus,
22
only a total of 12.
Would I be able to pop Warding Flare?
Due to the fact that it was a surprise, you would not have seen it coming.
Okay.
22 initiative, but Misaki would have a higher dex, so you go before I do.
I have a 21 on initiative.
I finally beat you for initiative. Yes!
Ha 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 ha.
It's
DM,
been
he
like
cannot be
3 years.
surprised.
So,
Well, actually, it is
Wow.
surprising considering he's a barbarian and I'm a ranger.
You know, I'm kind of annoyed.
He's within
Because
30
I
feet of me.
finally-
He can't be surprised.
I
that is
finally
true.
rolled a really
So-
solid initiative, and everyone is above me.
That is my own fault for giving you guys
Well,
such an excellent weapon to start with.
and actually, I warned you. Next level, I actually get advantage on initiative checks.
Is still a hit, so we will take just the first die on that damage, which was 2.
That glaive has
Five
a
is
level
7.
3 cleric.
7. All right.
Okay.
And we're going to move that to... All right. So starting the top, it looks like we have Misaki again.
Yeah.
What's up with Saki and his awesome dex or something?
Dumb
Not a
luck.
+3. I mean, an elf. It makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
I'm mostly
Well.
annoyed that I rolled an 18 and I'm still one of the last in initiative.
Get good, son.
This is
Good, yeah.
Mexi, elf, ninja caster.
Okay. Well,
Maybe samurai caster?
let's just start off with hitting it.
Okay.
That hallway may become problematic, but I am mitigating that.
Well, he's got to get out of this hole first.
Hey,
Based off of
Will-
Kendrick's laugh, I am right about one thing.
Hey, Will.
Yes.
Spent its
Does
entire life getting in,
Hydras
spends the rest
have
of its
the
other life
same
trying to get
traits
out.
as in Greek mythology and D&D?
Yes, they do have.
That is a hit.
If their head is cut off, they grow more. Or at least some of them do. But in
Oh.
some of them take
For
months.
a total
to
of
do.
6.
Okay.
You do have the option for your bonus action if you want to take the pommel strike. That is also a hit.
And I believe that's a D4.
Correct. And what's your bonus
That's
on that?
+3.
Plus 3? All right. So it is 12. Nope, not on you. On you.
Oh,
Okay.
correction. That'd be a +4 because it's +1 Naginata.
Ah, correct. So make it 13. Okay. Any movement, or would you like to stay where you're at?
I will. This thing probably has reach, doesn't it, with its many
Oh,
hits?
It does.
So let's see if a 5-foot step back does anything.
It does give it an attack of opportunity.
Oh well. Okay.
All right. 23 is a hit. For 15.
And does warding flare work against attacks of op?
I wouldn't see why not.
Okay.
It's just you using your reaction to respond to their reaction.
Then we go ahead and we'll blow another one.
Okay. Higher roll on that, so still a hit.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, then post your movement. That would move us on to Arc.
Ark is going to rage. Ark is going to move forward. And Ark is going to club this thing. Right.
Club 'em good.
Blah, blah, blah. If only I was a champion, but 26 to hit. That's okay. 15 bludgeoning magical damage.
Okay.
Reckless attack 2. Not as good. Probably gonna miss. That's a 15 to hit.
Does hit.
Yay for big dumb stupid things.
Says the big dumb stupid thing.
Yeah, but it's a bigger thing, thus dumber. That's how math works.
Can't argue that logic.
It's science. So that's gonna be 11 magical bludgeon damage.
All right, so for a total of 26, one of the heads dies.
Yeah. Crushing skull.
All right, anything else?
Well, since my new friend is running over there, I want all the Hydra heads to look at me and not her. So, boom.
Okay. That'll move us to Fenrir.
All right. Wait, how many heads are left that I can see?
Total of 4.
I will target then head number 1,
Okay.
but I will cast Hunter's Mark on the Hydra.
That's fine.
Oh yeah.
First attack.
Yeah. Hunter's Mark,
17.
Will hit.
So that will be 1d8 plus a d6. That will be 7 plus 3 plus 2, so 12 total points damage.
Okay. And your
Second
extra
attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's 19 on the base die.
Will hit.
So
If this thing's got weak AC, I can sharpshoot it.
this will be another 11 damage to the head.
All right. And are you doing your Horde Breaker?
Can
Yes,
he?
I
It's
will.
one item.
That's more than one hit, though.
I can
Oh.
target the second head.
Mm-hmm.
He's allowing him to, so.
Yeah, I guess. Just looked like one.
And
piece.
it's a crit on the second head.
All right.
Oh,
So do I do the Hunter's Mark still or just the regular d8s?
You do.
Okay.
You double Hunter's Mark because it's a die, right?
Correct.
Yes.
yeah.
So
Hunter's
double
Mark is
D8s.
brutal after a while.
Yeah, it's any. I think it's any dice you roll
D8s
for the
and
attack.
double d6. Okay, that will be a total of plus 9 plus another 6, 15 plus 3, so a total of 18 damage to the second head.
All right. Let's see. Make this easy on myself. All right. You do see a second head die.
Nice.
And after that, I will end my turn.
Okay. Naivara.
All right, let's see. Am I targeted on the thing? Yeah. Let's go ahead and do the Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Surprised.
That'll miss.
That one's going to be a miss.
That's a crit.
That's a good number.
17. Okay.
Okay, so we know it's at least 11.
That'll hit. Another 7. Okay. And that will hit. Another head goes down.
So that leaves 2.
So there's one head left.
2.
2?
Mhm.
The one I hit is semi-damage.
And I'm gonna move there because I don't want to be in a confined space.
All right. Anything else?
Thank you for sharing in my paranoia.
Nope. No bonus actions for me. I'm good.
All right. That brings us to the Hydra's turn. Now for the absolute garbage. You see those 3 heads that have died split and become another 6 heads.
Even though I smashed them to death?
Yep. It doesn't matter what type of damage. It just matters how much you do.
Oh,
Burn
that's
it.
stupid.
So
I call
that brings it down to... All right.
Yeah, 5th edition mainstreaming in favor of the Hydras.
That is correct.
Does this
We'll
mean we
take
should
that off
attack the
Misaki.
body and not the head?
I think it kind of it defends its body with its heads, knowing that it'll grow more.
Correct. And in doing so, also heals some.
It's burn it.
I was going to suggest that.
So attack 1 against Ark will miss. Attack
Damn right,
2
no.
will critical
Good thing I raged.
for 13.
So 6.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
You'll want to readjust your temporary hit points because it's going to automatically take the damage from this.
Okay, so that was 6 out of 14, so that leaves 8.
Attack 3, that will hit for 12.
So another 6. So it's
Attack 4 will miss. Attack 5 will hit for 13.
okay. Hold on.
We'll scroll back up to make it easier.
Yeah, you're getting ahead of my ability to compensate. So
Attack 6 will miss. Attack
Actually-
7 will hit.
okay.
Total of 9. And attack 8
9.
will also hit for a total of 15.
Okay, so what
Let's
I'm going to
grab
do
the
is I'm
totals.
going to total up the damage. After I'm going to do each one, have it,
Yep.
total up that damage, and then remove 14 from it.
Correct.
Okay, so that was a critical hit for 25, right?
So the initial critical was for a total of 13, it looks like.
13, so that makes it 6.
Yep. Second hit was for 12.
So 6.
Next one was for 13.
So 6.
Next one's for 11, so 5.
You broke the streak.
Next one's 9, so 4. And the last one, 15, so 7.
Okay, minus 14. That is a total of 20 damage.
Okay.
And this is exactly why I go first.
All right.
And why I backed up.
Yep. Be happy you only got 1 attack.
Yeah, I backed up for a reason.
Yeah.
That is the end of the Hydra's turn.
Thank every god ever. Even the ones that belong to the forgotten.
And will bring us to Kaizen.
I haven't taken that much damage in a single round in a while. Yeah, stay that 10 feet away.
Bonus
This is where I
action.
find out it has reach too.
Searing Smite.
Okay.
Ooh, I like the way you think.
It's much nicer than my plan.
Where did it go?
First, it made a fatal mistake because now shifting matters again.
What happened?
Do we have any oil by any chance? Did anyone bring oil?
I have some oil in my pack, actually.
Feel like you left it all in the cart.
I know I left
You
all
would
my
have
stuff.
brought lanterns.
That's claiming it's a miss, but a 15 is a hit.
I would not have brought lanterns because of all dark vision.
Coat my hammer in oil, and then when I hit it, there's a little fire.
I'm just asking
I have some
because
oil in my
worst case
pack. Like I
scenario,
said.
we can
Go ahead.
Jaeger this.
Oh yeah. The first thing I thought is like, I think the only one small enough to fit there is Kibble, but he would die.
And then
We've got a barbarian.
Bro, do you want my
It's
oil?
going to take 5 points of fire damage.
I will want it, yes.
I am
He
pretty
is on
sure-
fire.
Hold on, guys. Let Kaizen go.
Oh, sorry.
So on its turn, it has to make a con save, or it will take a d6 points of fire damage.
Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way.
Burn.
Burn, baby, burn.
I'm going to bet an 11 is a miss.
11 is a miss.
All right, go ahead and roll that.
Well, at least it'll be cooked by the time we get done with it.
Mhm.
Dinner.
All right.
Exactly. I like
Nothing better than fresh Hydra in the morning.
Just like
Anything
chicken.
else?
No,
that-
no, I'm good.
Was that both
Because
your
I used my
attacks?
bonus. It's both of my attacks. Oh, I need to roll damage for the second attack.
Mhm. Any smite on that one?
Might not. I'll just-
No.
No.
No, I will not.
So you're able to manage to kill one of the heads, so it is down to 7. And then
But
that
that
will
one
move-
doesn't get to come back.
That one will move us to Draho.
Now, is it standing on that very narrow beam?
No, it is kind of wedged between portions of the lower rubble and wall.
Okay, so there's nothing that it's like using to hold it up that I can take out.
No, it's holding itself up in that hole.
Okay. So there's no dropping it back in the hole.
Not with that.
Draho, I'll hand you my oil.
Well, I want to make sure there's nothing I can do nearby. Like, there's nothing hanging above its head. Because I see a lot of gears and stuff over here on the side. There's nothing that's like suspended that's near it.
No, unfortunately, not directly in line with it.
Okay, wanted to make sure of
No
that.
dwarves, they would have cleared out the stalagmites.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just thinking of something I could boom to disrupt it and knock it on it. Since clearly just killing heads is not working for us. Okay, I'm
I'm doing fine, guys. Just blow it up.
gonna grab that oil. And how far can you throw stuff?
I don't know. How far can you?
Basically, it's based off strength at this point, I believe.
So what's an 8 strength get me?
I believe
Not terribly far, but far enough. We'll say that from where you're at to over to it should be fine. Basic attack, small item, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I wanted to make sure of, was that I could reach it. Otherwise, I'd try and makeshift it to an arrow, but that seems a lot more complicated.
Ah, man, if only we had a wasp nest in a bag.
So, regular attack. It doesn't count as archery, right?
Not technically, no. It's a thrown.
Okay.
It's an improvised thrown weapon.
So it's just a +7 because I don't add 2 + 1 would make. Yeah, so it's +7 to throw. Because it's a dex or strength to throw.
Let's go with Dex because it seems most appropriate.
Okay, yeah, because that really does matter.
Do a backflip.
Oh. Throw the oil on it. All right, 18.
All right, that will hit.
Shatter the oil on it, of course.
Yep,
And it's already on fire, right?
that is correct. So give a hit 2d6 damage.
Nice. All right, 6 more damage.
All right.
And since that's one action, I can action surge to take 2 shots at it, correct?
You certainly can.
I wanted to make sure it wasn't I had to take attacks to do the action surge.
Nope.
Sweet. So now I still get my attacks.
Now we can all see in this room just fine.
Yes. So I'm gonna sharpshoot at it because it seems pretty pathetic. But not as pathetic as me. 8.
Your arrow flies off into the distance, hits the wall.
That
I'm
depends on-
ranging it. Always ranging it.
Does some hydras do more than bite?
That will hit.
Oh. Thank you. So that hits. Does you know what? Let's thorn it in case it has to move. It'll suffer.
Okay.
So I'm gonna thorn attack it. So that's
18 regular damage, and then 2d6 poison, followed by 2d6 slashing every time it moves, right? 2d6 poison, 7 poison damage if it takes poison. I don't know. It's a Hydra.
Does seem to.
Oh, nice. And then,
Okay,
yeah.
that takes away one of my worries.
Yeah,
Like,
then
how-
every time it moves more than a foot, it takes a 2d6 unless it wants to use its strength to untangle itself. So that would be my 2 attacks plus that, and bonus action, I don't have anything else to do. So now, having accomplished what I wanted, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
He runs away.
Hey, I've got up to like 600 feet before I'm considered out of range. I'm
Yeah,
using as much of it as I need.
Are they in range? Are they on the map? Then they're in range.
All right, and that should be it, correct?
That is it for my action economy.
All righty.
Hopefully the oil helped.
Well, now even if the spell ends, it's still on fire.
Yeah.
That'll bring us to Kibble's turn, who begins casting.
One, it's Kibble cast.
And with a 3, that is going to be fail. The Hydra is now outlined in Fairy Fire.
I get advantage even if I'm not right.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Thank you, Kibble.
And then Kibble backs up as well.
They're both cowards.
That'll bring us back to
He's
the
not a
top of the
coward.
round.
He's performing
Misaki.
the flock of seagulls maneuver.
Just
Yeah.
It's a tactical advance to the rear.
Making sure nothing sneaks up behind.
I prefer the flock of seagulls maneuver. That was well played. Bravo.
Bollocks.
Okay. Apparently, I'm not the only one from Europe here.
By the way, just from a visual point, it's body at least, not heads that may or may not be regrowing. How's it looking?
I went there.
Pretty beat up
Okay.
and on fire.
Keep at it. And on fire.
And on fire. Man.
Burn it all. With fire and blood.
So, Kedra, if I'm in this square, am I able to touch Arc?
You certainly are.
Do I provoke attack of opportunity from the Hydra?
It has a 10-foot reach, so yes.
If you just want to shout some heal at me, that's cool too.
Well, shouting heal doesn't work when I gotta touch you.
Oh,
You
no.
don't have healing word up either? Or 2, I mean. So.
Yeah,
It's weaker, but it doesn't require getting in range.
I know.
I mean, also keep in mind, if you get opportunity attack, you take 1 hit. Right now, I'm looking at maybe taking 9. So, unless that fire stops that from happening.
My domain
The
spells.
fire will make it so the heads can't regrow.
Right.
Yeah,
My
that's
domain
what I'm
spell-
hoping for.
Hey, Kedra, on my domain spells, if I use one,
Mhm.
is it gone until I get the rest to get it back, or am I able to use
No,
it?
they're
So
always-
they
all
count towards your
prepared.
slots.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I still have a slot open, I can still drop a domain
Correct.
Yeah,
spell.
it's always prepared all the time.
Okay.
It doesn't
Yeah,
count
as long as you
against
prepared in
you.
the morning, it stays prepared. the whole
So we'll just put another fireball on.
Alrighty. I'm assuming just far enough to the north that you don't hit Arc.
I-
Yes.
Good plan.
We do not want to hit Arc. We just want to hit it.
It will fail its save.
I mean, as long as you hit it, I'm happy.
Yeah.
With the amount of damage you did earlier, and the fact that I have advantage on saving throws,
So I just need to roll damage then, if you're saying it's right.
That's right.
yes. Woo!
Very nice. 34 to it. That drops another one of the heads.
And now it's on fire, so probably.
And in one head, it's looking not so happy.
And I kind of want to not be in the middle of that corridor.
Sneaky, sneaky.
All right. Assuming that's full action for you.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings us to Arc.
Okay. Well, seeing how it's all pretty and shiny now, not recklessly attacking. Wait, no, 12?
12 will not hit.
Okay.
Are you rolling with advantage?
That right. I forgot that is thing. Well, that one's worse, so. So it didn't matter. That one is a 25.
That will hit.
Can lead the barbarian to the Hydra, can't help him to swing.
It's like the dog and the hydrant.
Are we making up fables now?
Apparently.
15 magical bludgeoning and just disdain damage.
Alrighty. Anything else?
You know what? Yeah, I will shift again because ow. Okay, so slightly less cool with the 10 hit points, but it's okay. Every little bit helps. I get 13 up there, and we'll just adjust that real quick, and that's all I got.
All right, Fenrir.
I am
Okay.
I'm not scared enough.
I would like to move to the left as far as I can, side of the room.
It would be about as far as you can get.
Without dashing, obviously.
Yep.
Okay. And actually, can you just put me then, I guess, the square right behind, not right next to Kason, but right below him then? Just put me right at the entrance of the doorway then?
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. All right. Then I'm going to shift myself.
Okay.
As a bonus action, and then
Period.
how many heads are left?
Currently, where'd that go? Currently 6.
Which ones have been damaged?
All of them.
All right.
My normal sarcastic response would have been correct.
Yes. Well, they're all on fire currently.
This is true. All right. I just like to doubly make sure that that counts towards the heads, and Okay. So what I'm going to do is shoot, I guess, whatever you consider head number 1 to be.
Okay.
That will be a 16.
That will hit.
All right. So it's a D6 plus a D8. And that will be, that's a 6 plus 5, plus a 3, so 14.
14. Okay.
And second attack on the same head. That will be a 17.
That will hit.
And then again, that will be another 6 plus 8, 15 damage.
All right. And with that, as your 2 arrows go in, striking 2 heads to death, you see the eyes roll back in the rest of them. It slumps and then falls into the hole.
Welcome back, Fenrir.
I roar in triumph, and now
As
I
it's
hop
going
down
down,
and say,
do we see the bottom?
You do. Surprisingly, it doesn't fall very far. Down in there, you see that about 30 feet down, the hole abruptly ends in rubble. It doesn't seem to be a tunnel opening below that, but to the side, on the kind of western front, there is a section of tunnel passing down through that way.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I hop down to check a look.
well,
Alright.
maybe check before you do that. We can lower you down with a rope, but maybe in a section that currently isn't smoldering hydrocorpse.
No, let him jump. It'll be cool.
Exactly.
30 feet onto a flaming corpse. Can't go.
It'll go splat. It's like a giant
Yeah.
airbag.
Yep.
I had a better idea. Let's turn around and go somewhere else. There
So-
might be more of them.
Fenrir, as you pop down there, you squish on the Hydra a little bit. It's definitely squishy, flamey, but softens your impact. What you see to the west is a tunnel that's spiraling down into the darkness.
All right. I
don't look
stare
down.
down with my dark vision. Can I see anything down that tunnel?
You see it kind of go down for about 30 feet before it starts curving.
Okay. I very quietly and stealthily go up to the corner and just look down to see if I see anything further.
It goes about another 30 feet and spirals down.
All right. I go back up to where the corpse is and then climb out
Okay.
and then let them know that I found some sort of tunneling, basically staircase downward.
Before we all go down into another hallway, I can't help but notice two baby dragon and or demon skull looking things at the top of the map. Are those purely cosmetic or are those a thing?
Purely cosmetic.
Okay. I go in the hole.
In the hole you go.
I wanted to search around up here and see what else was in all this destroyed.
Have we gotten to the living quarters for Clem?
Not as of
That's
yet.
what we're headed.
I just wanted to see if there was anything up here that might be used for the furthering adventure
Yeah.
before I jump down there.
You see an old rusted hammer, a pair of pliers, a couple ropes. Beyond that, just kind of tattered wood and whatnot.
Okay, well, are the ropes in good shape?
Decently.
Okay, then I'll take the rope with me, so we've got a little extra rope in case we need to sacrifice some.
All right.
Besides-
You have roughly an extra 100 feet of rope.
Woo!
Sweet. I'll add that to the
Besides-
inventory box. Or into my inventory, I meant.
What's that, Misaki?
Besides Ark, did anybody else get injured from that fiasco? And
No.
myself.
I don't think so.
Nope. Ivar was good.
I am your shield. Even
Uh,
though I didn't actually use my shield. Funny thing is, I haven't actually played that game.
Ark, are you stumbling down that hall?
I'm coming with them.
I mean, once we get down there, if you want to stop me and heal me, that's up to you. I mostly just went down first because I feel it is my opinion that my role is to be the first one to get hit because I can take the most damage.
I know, and you did. That's why I was looking to see if you were stumbling as you were moving.
I mean, I'm right behind him.
Oh no, like I am like I still have more than 2/3 of my health.
Oh,
Plus, I still
Okay.
have
Yeah.
points from having shifted. Before
Hey, Will, just
Yep.
come here and I'll use Cure Wounds on you. I got it.
okay.
Yeah,
It's not
save
much,
the good
but we'll
healing
do-
for later when we need it.
Yeah,
All right.
here. That's a D8, correct? Plus my spellcasting ability?
Correct.
Yeah, D8 per level you cast that. So,
Alright, so
So I'm
D8 plus D8. How is your spellcasting ability again,
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Yours is wisdom.
Wisdom. So, okay,
Probably
that's a D8 plus 2.
So 10.
D8 plus 2, yeah, so 10.
Okay. So, well, you'd have to roll the die unless you roll.
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm about to do. Just
Okay.
finding my dice.
All right. Well, that's going.
That's a total of
Ivar,
8
what were you
hit
saying?
points for you.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming we don't see. There's not another way down apart from jumping.
Correct.
I mean, let's.
I'm gonna tie off a rope.
Okay.
I was gonna say I figured that's what we were doing was at least securing.
Shifters just jump down without fear while you guys be pansies and take the rope.
Well, we just want to know that we can get out.
Get back
We gotta
out.
come back this
Guys,
way.
Paladins and
Pause for a
Volplate become a
second.
bad racist joke when they jump 30 feet.
Can we pause for a second?
I mean, I climbed up 30 feet and I was fine.
Guys,
Yeah, there's no
One at a
guarantee.
time. Arc.
Fenrir, how much did you heal me for? Because everyone was talking.
8.
Thank you.
All right. So you guys tie off the rope. Are you headed down?
Yes.
I'm already down there, so I will help people off the rope once they get down.
Okay. And then I'm assuming you're traversing
And I'll
down the
lead
tunnel.
the way. I'll lead the way down the tunnel.
All right. So traversing down the tunnel leads you down a semi-spiraling staircase that seems to direct off towards one side of the mountain more than a direct downward path. It ends into an opening into a large cavernous area in which you can see a variety of buildings, central of which is a huge pyramidal-like structure. A few larger crumbled buildings sit off a ways from it, and further out, including nearest to you, are smaller stone buildings that look more like domiciles that have been long abandoned. All of the buildings have been scorched black. Most lie in rubble, or have collapsed in potentially due to a protracted battle, or perhaps due to time and disrepair. A scant few of the smaller ones seem to be less scathed and are standing enough to admit entrance. Littering the floor near every stone wall, but not in a direct pathway between them, are the corpses of dwarves, humans, elves, some adorned in black scrapes and slag metal. All are slumped in sitting positions next to the stone walls of the various buildings. You do see some other odd-looking skeletons that may perhaps be other types of, like, goblinoids, interspersed with the other skeletons, but these don't seem to have any of the slag metal on them. They're just merely charred bones. Every single skeleton that you see has eye sockets that glow with small blue haze, the closest of which turn their heads slightly to stare in your direction. The little cloth golem on Ark's shoulder jumps down, squealing excitedly, and runs off towards one of the houses.
Wasn't on mine.
Oh, sorry, Kaizen's shoulder.
There we go.
Let's follow the
Oh,
goal,
I don't
guess.
know if that's a good idea.
This row! This row!
Let's.
As
follow
she's
the
doing
rules,
that,
I don't wanna-
I'm keeping my maul drawn and on my guard, but I will follow.
Okay.
Yeah, I draw my bow as well, and I just follow the stupid golem that ran off on his own.
Misaki, what did you say?
Oh, I was going to give myself a little love before we get moving too far in here.
All right, go ahead and do so. That little golem runs ahead to one of the houses that doesn't seem to be in too bad a shape. As you walk towards that house, though, the eyes of the dead continue to follow you, but they don't seem to make any other move.
Okay. That's eerily
I'm
creepy.
going to motion everyone else into the house, but I'm going to stay out and be the last one to enter.
Okay, everybody doing so.
Draho's curious about these skeletons. Without getting close to one, I want to Arcana to see if I can determine whether they're fully sentient undead or just a crude mimicry of the necromancy.
Go for it.
I stay at the entry point to guard the house.
Okay.
14.
So with a 14, they definitely are undead. They may be sentient. They may not be.
I can't tell just by looking at them.
Correct.
Can I speak to one?
You can attempt to.
I'm going to say to the one, hello, do you speak common? And then if it doesn't answer, I'm going to go through all my languages, asking if it speaks some.
You see its dead blue hazed eyes kind of stare up at you.
Okay, I'm going to ask it if it can move. Can you move?
No reaction.
I say Draconic. Who is your master?
No reaction.
Hold up. I'm going to approach and I'm going to poke it with my bow. And does it move?
No.
It does not.
I say no. And when I'm saying no, that means something.
You don't poke something that's dead but leaving you alone.
Yeah.
I'm going to say at the same skeleton in Dwarvish, forgive my friend, he's curious, he's not a threat.
You see it nod.
Oh, it understands Dwarvish. That's good.
Well, that's helpful.
So that's a Dwarven one. What about the Goblinoid ones?
They seem to be mostly charred bones, somewhat scattered. They do have the blue hazed eyes, but they're not connected enough to actually move.
Draho, I think
Okay.
you leave them be.
I just wanted to make sure these weren't going to be a problem at a later date. That's all.
Well, you're gonna make them a problem at a later date if you keep fucking with them.
No.
I
The undead have never attacked someone for simply poking them.
Oh, sure they have.
I would feel a lot more comfortable if you went inside with everyone else.
Okay, I'll go inside.
Thank you.
Let the big, burly, hairy guys that have animal features guard the door.
I don't mind who guards. I'm just saying I wanted to make sure we're not going to get ambushed by the undead on our way out. Y'all should be thanking me.
No, I refuse to thank you. You're pompous and annoying.
You're a peasant. A hairy peasant.
Don't make me shut on you again.
We can have this conversation when we're not surrounded by the undead who may or may not want to hurt us.
I'm so far not threatened by them. They seem very docile.
Yeah. Seem being the operative
I also
word.
had to vouch for you, so.
No.
Anyways, yeah, go in the building. We'll go
Okay.
in.
As you enter the house, it certainly seems to have fared better than many of the other structures in the area. The main room seems to be a small dining hall and relaxation space. The chairs, table, and other furniture have either been burned to ash or to such a degree that they've fallen and been cracked apart. An open door leads off to your right. Charred stone stairs lead up, and you see Koloth running up the stairs, just kind of stumbling his way up with his short little legs.
I'm going to poke my head in that open doorway and see if there's anything in there before we head up the stairs.
Sure. In there you see kind of the remnants of the kitchen. Ash covers the wall, floor, clings to the ceiling. And there seems to be a dwarven skeleton standing next to a cooking hearth. A bit of burnt metal slag is clutched in its hand, making a stirring motion into a warped cast iron cauldron affixed over an unlit fire pit. Doesn't seem to take any notice of your intrusion. Additionally, in there, you also see stairs leading down.
I
Okay.
stare down the stairs with my dark vision to see if there's anything down there.
Are you moving past that skeleton to do so?
No, I think we go upstairs and worry about downstairs later. No need to split the party.
Okay.
Before we decide which way we're going, the house we entered, is the door still on the hinges?
It is not.
Okay, so we.
I can put the door up.
Hang on, I have several questions. So do we just came in through like an open doorway, or is the door even there?
The door is not even there.
Okay. I'm going to pull out some of the twine that I bought for making traps.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm going to
sneaky one, aren't you?
cautious. Except when I'm fighting. I'm going to just kind of spring 2 strands of it across the door, one at about ankle height and one at about knee height. And I'm going to like attach like a couple of like the baubles that I had, so if something does come through that door, we get a little jingling sound.
Sure. How are you affixing the string to the entryway?
That is an excellent question.
I stake one of my arrows next to the door.
I was about to say you can use arrows.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is there if we've got extra arrows.
I got 2 extra. I just stake
And
them
I
to
can
the
just plink arrows into the wall to support it.
All right. So
Yeah,
you have
exactly.
a quartet of arrows in the door at the appropriate heights.
Just
Pretty much.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So those are strung up with your little baubles.
Yep. So we'll have some kind of little noise.
Okay. Heading upstairs.
Yeah, and as we go by, I'm going to say to the cook, smells delicious, and head upstairs.
The
What,
cook's in the
like-
kitchen, which has the stairway down. The main.
I know,
room
but
has the
I
stairway
said when I looked inside, I didn't say I was going in there. I just, since I see it from the doorway, I'm going to make that comment and then go upstairs with everyone else, because
Okay.
why go down there?
So up the stairs opens into basically one large room. Though burnt planks tell of it having once been sectioned off into several other rooms. As do the blackened stone slabs that look as they were once the foundation of dwarven beds. Atop a tinier stone slab, you see the fragments of a child-sized skull broken atop the crown.
Oh.
Against the far wall, you notice in a bit of a disarray, bones, a femur here, a clavicle there, etc. Koloth climbs up onto the small stone slab, cradles the skull, and begins to weep. My boy is gone. I didn't protect him. I didn't do my job. And he just continues to weep.
I go up to him and I console him. It wasn't your fault. You were taken away against your will.
You see him kind of shuddering while holding the skull.
I'm
Do you
gonna,
want to give him a burial?
No, I need to join him.
I'm
How
going
do
to,
we do that?
Do you have any acid or means to produce any acid? I can join him by the side of the Allfather if you do.
before we do that, before we help you join him, can you first help us avenge it?
I'm not that kind of thing. I can't protect well.
But you can help us find our way, right?
I only know this house and upstairs.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, that would.
Does anyone have acid?
Nope.
I think. I mean, can
Wait.
any of us produce it?
I mean, you'd have to be proficient with alchemist tools to be able to mix it together.
I know where he could be unmade. The thing that, well, unmade everything else still dwells here.
That is true.
I've got a very creepy feeling about what's happened in this whole place that I don't care for, so...
This reminds
think-
me of my ladies' court. I have a very good idea of what's going on here.
Would you like to share with the rest of the class?
Yeah.
Do you know of the Raven Queen and her frozen tower?
Do I know
Is that-
Raven Queen and Frozen
Is
Tower?
that a religion or a history thing? Case on.
History more than religion.
I suck equally at both.
The most ancient portions of elven history.
Oh, well, I'm gonna try.
I got a 9 in either case.
Nope, not so much.
Let's see what I got.
Wait, do I get advantage since it's elven history?
No,
How
since
will a
it's so
14
old.
do, Pedro?
Fair enough.
No, not quite.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I got like an 18 last time, and that wasn't enough to do it. So I'm basically waiting till I roll a 20. That's the only way I'm gonna figure it out. 27 is
Let's-
better.
These,
color-
and I gesture around, remind me of the denizens of the Shadowfell.
Huh.
Souls that have not been taken.
That's way worse than what I thought.
That sounds like
Yeah.
a shitty place.
Actually,
The
no.
only
That's actually a lot
time-
nicer than what I thought.
I'm aware of that these things can happen here, either very powerful magic, or there are certain beasts that can force this to happen. Very malign, vicious creatures.
Should
I thought my
have-
time with the Wild Hunt was bad.
we put them fully to rest, or maybe destroy whatever did this to them first?
The only way to put them fully to rest would be to destroy what did this to them.
Fair enough. They seem
Oh,
to be,
Okay.
at least for the moment, not hostile.
That's
You
so
want
much
to
are
track me over the head
shadows
for making
of
a
them
deal with
former
the devil.
self. There is no deal here. They
You
didn't
said
get a
she's your
choice.
lady.
She doesn't do this.
Well, it seems like
In
she's
fact,
not in
I'm
control of
here
her court.
to prevent this.
Yeah.
That is my purpose.
Yeah. So she's
To
got very
stop
poor control
this.
of her court.
Doing a swell job.
I have to agree with my warlock friend here. You are doing an excellent job. I mean, at least when the Wild Hunt does something, we take charge. We own what we did. We don't, just
He's
go
owning
around
it.
and like.
He's saying that he's supposed to stop it. All we got to do is help him.
Right. So I think we can defer to him on to what to do regarding them at the moment, which he says we kill the source.
Again,
Understand.
I thought that this was some necromancy happened all at once, like a huge wave of necromantic magic. So I thought we were dealing with like an elder lich. I'd much prefer the Raven Queen.
I mean,
Take an elder lich over this.
keep
Really?
in mind, my visions do show. Again, we're here to see about a dragon, one of supposedly 13, and I have had multiple visions showing undead riders upon that many dragons.
Have
So,
any of you ever heard of a shadow dragon?
have any
Yeah.
of us heard of a shadow dragon?
How I know? Well, unless it's something. When it comes to
They-
knowledge, all of his stuff is based off of. Did he read it in a book at some point?
Given the fact that you left Mithranor before its destruction, no, you wouldn't have heard of it.
That's what I'm saying. It all depends on whether he read it in a book back in Mithranor as to whether he knows it.
It is unlikely, as these are denizens of the Shadowfell. But they can steal the soul of a person. And something like what I see here is what's left.
Even though I know that it's inert.
Where does the scorching come from then?
Even though I know it's inert until dawn, I will clutch my skull token.
I don't say that it's only a shadow dragon, only that I fear that it is in fact a shadow dragon.
Well, how do you kill a shadow dragon?
Same way you kill everything else.
Gotcha.
Arrows, lots of arrows. That work?
Is it that I just pictured a lightning bolt?
Yeah. I pictured
should.
that.
You
Yep.
should. Okay, well, do you guys want
Cleanse
to?
it with fire.
Does anyone have a
Understand.
way that we can destroy this golem aside from just smash him to pieces?
Well, he specifically mentioned acid.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't think anyone can do it. I checked prestidigitation and mold earth. Neither of them involve acid.
Is anyone proficient with alchemist tools, or is
That's what I'm checking.
actually? Can we ask this guy? Do you know if they maybe have like a workshop that would have those?
There might be one in the basement.
Well,
we'll head
let's
that
head
way
to the
anyway.
basement and get some murder juice for him.
We have to do
How
this
about
bit.
we take him downstairs to the basement and see what
Yeah.
all is in the basement?
And then he can tell us what he needs.
He's
Prefer to just pour random chemicals over him till he stops living.
Yeah, it's not that. That's not fair to the poor guy. I agree.
or we
He
can find,
deserves a dignified death.
or we can find just acid and not waste time.
Well, I'm going to the basement anyway. If that's where the acid
Right.
is.
Right. So okay. So
Yeah.
so I look over at Kai and ask. So I'm guessing as long as we don't bother them, they won't bother us.
Unless the one that turned them into this orders them otherwise.
Okay.
That in mind, and might I suggest if we find ourselves with a door, we try to bar it behind us.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
It won't. I don't think it'll stop them in those kind of numbers, but it'll slow them down.
If nothing else, we'll hear the cracking and smashing.
Yep. And we'll know. And what'll be out of place is I'm not the one doing it.
All right. Checking queue. I'm in the rear.
All right, so you guys are heading down to the basement.
Yep.
I'll pick the golem up, put him back on, put him on my shoulder, and lead us down.
Okay.
We're now playing a game of D&D where we go to the basement.
So heading down the stairs as you pass that skeleton in the kitchen, it notices you and turns towards your group, and an odd, ethereal, feminine voice emanates from it, though its skeletal jaw does not move. You kids look hungry. Take anything you want from the pantry while you're down there, and remember, don't bother old man Grimskull. He's been in a mood lately. It then turns back to stir the empty pot.
I ask her politely, who is old man Grimskull?
You get no reply.
I will reply in Dwarvish. Thank you for your hospitality.
She continues to stir.
That wasn't creepy.
Yeah, that wasn't disturbing at all.
Before we go to the basement, me first.
Yep.
Okay, yeah,
I'll take point.
I'm right behind you.
I'm last in line.
Alrighty. The stairwell opens into a partial pantry, partial workspace. That same ashen mess covers the charred aspects which seem to be present everywhere here. A number of old charred shelves in the workshop area contain what look to be, from this angle, small broken bottles, whereas a desk there you would assume has the melted remnants of an alchemist's set. The pantry side of the room is bereft of any food stores, though larger mounds of ash and broken, open, warped steel drums filled with ash must have at one time been quite the larder.
Okay.
I doubt
First
it.
things first, check the desk for any kind of notes.
No notes, but you do see a variety of broken potion bottles.
Do we spy any acid?
Give me perception checks.
All right, I can do that. Can I get assistance from anybody?
Natural 20 for a total of 24.
Okay,
Oh,
so
we're
we'll
not
go
even
with
gonna
that.
bother.
So as you guys search through, Ark comes across 3 bottles that are not broken. One, when you wipe the label, is listed as a potion of Fox's Cunning. Another looks like your standard healing potion. And a third is a vial of green liquid labeled acid.
What is Fox's Cunning?
What kind of acid?
Fox's Cunning, I believe, increases your wisdom by 2.
Okay.
Temporarily or permanently?
Temporarily.
Yeah, I figured.
All right.
It doesn't.
I tell the little guy on my shoulder, we found your
Foxes
ass.
should be intelligence, not wisdom.
There you go. Eagle is the wisdom one.
Owl, Eagle, Splendor is charisma.
I have not had access to that spell before, so that's why I'm getting this.
Okay, so I guess Potion of Healing will... I need to replace the one I used on Kibble. So I'll take that
Fox's
if no one
Cunning will
objects.
probably go to whoever needs wisdom the most.
About how big is the doll again?
It's basically the size of like a small teddy bear.
Okay. And how much acid is in there?
Probably just enough to kind of lightly coat it.
What if we put it into a beaker and then set him in the beaker and let him terminate her down?
I was going to suggest a bowl.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Did I say beaker? I didn't mean that. I meant bowl.
But the bowl will probably melt.
The metal symbol on him.
Mm-hmm.
That seems. Is that something he's wearing, or is it a part of it?
It is attached physically to like the front portion of him.
So, is there a bowl we can find down here, or maybe just go to the kitchen again?
Yeah, if you pop back up to the kitchen, you're able to find like a warped metal bowl.
And okay, I'll go up into the lady skeleton. I'll be like, I'm just going to borrow this if you don't mind.
No reply. She
Might as
just
well-
continues stirring.
Okay, gonna go back down then. All right. Before we do this, you really want to do this?
Uh-huh. He climbs up into the bowl and holds the skull.
Okay. And before we do this, the symbol on you, would it hurt you if we took that off?
You can have it after.
Okay. The acid you don't think will damage it?
No.
Wouldn't it be more fruitful for you to find another child to protect?
No, I need to go to my camp. He's by the side of the Allfather.
I think this is a specific dedication thing.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we find him a little boat?
Forever.
Get a little boat, put it in a leak, and shoot a little acid arrow at
And
it.
again, like
Yeah.
me kind of like feeling weird about this seemingly semi-sentient thing. Can you feel pain?
No.
Okay.
I mean, elves are pretty okay with assisted suicide, so.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm honoring
Yeah,
intuition, but at the same time, it's like I need to understand what I'm doing to it before I do it.
When you live a
I
couple
get
thousand
cursed.
years, sometimes you want to take an early vacation, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. Dude, I mean, I may be cursed and I may be a shifter, but I'm also an elf, so I kind of get where he's coming from on this, as much as I hate to agree with Drop
So, moving
on
on.
anything.
Ark.
Right.
Let me. If we're gonna do it,
I
I can cast ceremony, and we can do it.
Oh, there you go.
okay.
That would work, yeah.
Before you get started on that, I'm just gonna give the guy sort of a little salute.
He holds up the skull and kind of bows.
I
We're
give
doing
the
this
guy
proper.
I growl and take one of the wolf tooths off my necklace and give it to him.
He holds it next to the skull and then lays back into the bowl.
Oh, this is so impressive. Do the ceremony. Make sure we get some incense on this. Anybody got that holy smoke bowl? Let's bring that out too.
Kendra, what else is down here as they're playing with the bowl?
Just large piles of ash.
Yeah.
No other skeletons?
Nope.
That fire got left.
Yeah. Should we give this guy like a cigar to go?
No.
Neither one of those cigars is going to do any good for us. If we
Also, depending on which one we do, we're either going to be mildly annoyed or very unhappy.
Oh, that's going out with a bang.
Quite literally. I'm having flashbacks here.
I'm sorry.
That's sort of an reference. Maybe at some point we'll explain it, but for right now, just know fireballs, history. Go on. Back into character.
Close spaces? Bad.
Bad.
Okay, so I guess we'll do the ceremony. How's the ceremony go? I'm curious how you do a ceremony for the All-Father sending off a...
Now, are you doing this as a ritual or are you casting it?
Doing it as a ritual.
Okay. So we're going to be here a minute.
Yep.
A few.
Everybody get comfy.
I'm just fascinated with the process. I'm going to really focus on what he's doing.
I just lean aside next to the wall and cross my arms.
Alrighty, so Kaizen, go ahead and describe your ritual.
I start to perform the ritual of the Raven Sending. It's a ritual designed to ensure safe passage to the Shadowfell, so one's soul cannot be co-opted in any way, and send you to whichever deity it is you've been pledged to. It takes about an hour worth of a lot of chanting and evoking a bunch of stuff, which I had not prepared to do today.
That's okay. So you get through the hour and the other party members assist in the portions that they can. At the end point of which you go ahead and pour the acid into the bowl, and the little cloth golem kind of pulls the acid in as much as it can to itself. And what you see is its stitchings slowly come unbound. The cloth itself unfurls, the medallion of Moradin falls into the bowl, and the cloth rolls up into what look like scrolls. From the bowl emanates a small, happy, successful sigh as its spirit moves on.
I just had a good idea.
I gently pick up one of the scrolls carefully.
So,
Can I mold Earth a boat for us to put him in? I feel that's more appropriate.
not
Already
down
gone.
here. Everything's already not only done, but everything's stone where you're at. What you do find, though, are 3 scrolls that it was made from. 2 arcane scrolls, 1 divine scroll.
What do the arcane scrolls and divine scroll do, and do they fit in the cigar box?
They do. Magic weapon, arcane lock, and flame blade.
Oh yeah, put those in the box.
Yeah.
We can only fit 2 in at a time, right?
Correct.
Okay, put the
Activation, really.
flame sword and magic weapon in the box, and then I'll put the other one in my scroll case to put in later after.
Which was the divine?
The flame blade.
Yeah. I'm putting it in once it becomes a cigar and handing it off to one of the clerics because it seems more
Magic
appropriate.
weapon should be used for when we finally find the thing we're here to kill.
Yeah.
We need to cast that.
How long does it take for a cigar to turn once you put a scroll in the box?
About a minute.
About a minute? Okay, then I'll do all 3 of them as we go.
Okay.
I pick up the Medallion of Warden
Okay.
also and inspect it.
On the underside, it does have some runic inscriptions in it.
All right,
Okay,
I
I
pass
guess
it over to Art because I'm guessing it's either in Dwarven or something I cannot read. So
So can I read it?
You cannot.
Pass it off to the holy people. It's more it
That's
is.
what-
Maybe one of them knows.
I passed it to Art because he could read Dwarven.
Right.
No,
But he said
it's
you know,
arcane symbols.
So the lettering is something I cannot.
So can I Arcana to read it?
More specifically, you'd want Kibble to do an identification.
That's what we need to know.
Alright,
So
then I give
Kibble,
it
get
to
on this.
Kibble.
So he'll go ahead and start doing that. And we'll give that the pause for the evening and pick up with what that is next game.
Sweet. Also, make sure you write down those cigars so I can add it to inventory.
The Medallion of Murder. Find out next time on Scape Games.
Thank you all of our viewers for watching. Join us again next week, same time. Have a great night.
Bye, guys.